School of Pokemon here, joined by my usual co-host, KetchumAllCollectibles, Dan. How are we doing tonight, Dan?
I'm doing excellent, and we're here live today.
Yes, our second live stream.
We're regulars now.
I like it. Hope all you guys in the chat are doing good and had a very Merry Christmas. Hopefully you're able to take some time to relax and spend some time with the family. Enjoy the holidays. What's up, Pokemon Classics? Good to see you in here. Derek Livingston, good to see you in here as well.
I'm trying to get the chat pulled up.
Well. What'd you say there?
I'm trying to get the chat pulled up on my phone.
Oh, you're slacking over there.
Here we go.
He's not even reading the chat. I already got it set up and everything. We were talking right before we started. We'll give it a few minutes to let people join the chat, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the weekly giveaways for the week leading up to Christmas. And then later on tonight, we'll do the actual grand finale giveaway of all the good stuff that we're going to be giving away tonight. So while we're in between the giveaways, we'll definitely be able to answer questions. If you guys have any questions or any topics that you want us to talk about, we'll be here for a while, so we can hang out with you guys. Basic Trainer, good to see you in here. Mike, good to see you. Pokey Martin, the guy who's won 2 giveaways already. Good to see you in here.
Mike has a quick yes or no question. Yes, I am an S corporation. I don't believe Nick is.
I am not. No. I'm still a sole proprietor.
Mine sounds so much fancier, so much more official. It's what my accountant told me to do, so that's what I did.
There we go. Yeah. No, you're a lot more set up than me. I actually just realized the other day I never paid Q3 taxes. Or no, Q4. Or Q3. Yeah.
That's your estimated, right?
What was that?
You pay in like estimated quarterlies?
Yeah. Well, I did that for Q1 and Q2, and then Q3 I just said, I'm done. Not paying any more taxes.
I think it's something, I guess I won't say who because I'm not sure, but I'm fairly certain someone publicly said that like they don't pay in the estimated, and then they just intentionally pay the penalties because the penalties aren't that bad in the interest rate that you pay. They'd rather have the capital working for them throughout the year, so they just pay the penalties and interest at the end of the year, lump sum.
My tax guy was actually talking to me about that last year when I went in to do my taxes. He was saying he recommends obviously paying the quarterly estimates, but it's the penalty that you do pay if you don't pay the quarterly isn't really that bad. So he said there's actually he has a few clients who do the same. They don't pay anything throughout the year, and they just pay it as one big lump sum at the end of the year.
And just the normal disclaimer, we're not tax professionals. We both pay those people, so just having that out there before we get too deep in any of this.
Ben W says the IRS is on the way.
Uh-oh. that GIF with the like 6 cop cars in the rearview mirror.
Exactly.
I don't even have my code words handy from the giveaways. I'm grabbing those right now quick.
Oh my goodness, you are really slacking. Well, while you're getting that stuff, how's everyone in the chat doing? I actually got some exciting news for the end of February. I just booked my tables for Collecticon down in Orlando, so hopefully some of you guys will be coming down to Orlando and seeing me, introducing yourself, saying hi. But I'm really looking forward to that. I got 3 tables there, and then I got a 4th one for Pallet Town Palatown Pokemon and Crystal Pokemon are gonna be joining me. So that's gonna be a really fun weekend. Super excited about that. Still debating on whether I want to drive down or fly down. Debating on driving down.
The amount of tables you have, you're gonna have to drive down with a U-Haul.
Seriously. Java says he might be going to Charlotte this year. Charlotte's another one that I'm definitely leaning towards going to, because I live in Massachusetts, right in between Worcester and Boston. So Charlotte is a lot closer than Orlando for me. That's definitely a doable drive for me. But I'm thinking definitely Orlando, obviously, and then Charlotte's another possibility that I might go to.
Charlotte feels most likely for me.
There we go. We can rent out a whole section together.
Just rent out half the building.
There we go. I like it. What's up, Ernesto? Good to see you in here. Oh, of course. Well, never mind. Not good to see you in here.
What'd he say?
He said, when's the giveaway? I'm only here for the free stuff. Pokey Knowledge, good to see you in here. Thanks for joining. So what have you been up to these last couple days? Do you have an enjoyable Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas was good. It's all about the kids. So my son got Pokemon was not the highlight of his Christmas, which it is what it is, right? He got these little magnetic blocks that you can like build little sculptures with and build little houses with, and he's been loving those. It's been 2 days of those nonstop, which is good.
Nice. I'm still a kid at heart when it comes to that kind of stuff. Yeah. I have been dying to buy. Lego just came out with a Lego Titanic set, and I have been dying to buy that, but I'm waiting for it to get restocked on their website. Because
I've been getting so tempted. Like Scott's talked about a little bit of Lego. I've been seeing some ads popping up, targeted ads lately, because I think I've been thinking about it and talking about it, and my phone knows. Like the NES system they have with the little TV that scrolls through the Mario game, and they've got a lot of cool sets lately.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I've got several totes. Well, 3 or 4 totes, I think, from my childhood. All my Legos.
Now, I used to have a ton of Legos. I don't know what happened to them all.
Oh, don't have
them out or donated them or something.
I've actually got, like, when I was younger, I don't remember exactly what year, but one Christmas present was like a tote full of my dad's from his childhood. So I've got some of the really old school ones from, I guess it'd be like the 70s.
Nice.
And then I've got all mine. I can't wait till my son's old enough to inherit those.
There we go. You'll have to give him your dad's and yours as a Christmas present next.
Yeah, he'll be getting 2 batches, inheriting 2 batches all at once, and then it's going to be dangerous. Like if I get back into it and he's really into it, that's going to be expensive. I'm going to have to get hooked up with a Lego wholesaler.
Yeah, good luck with that. You guys are going to be going to the Lego store every day.
Yeah.
Well, we got Wyatt to ask a question. What's your guys' most prized cards for Pokemon? Mine would obviously be the No Damage Ninetales. But outside of that, since I always talk about that, not so much a card, but my booster pack collection would kind of be like my second favorite. And within that collection, there's the black triangle packs. So those were printed with first edition stamps, and then to correct the mistake, they were covered up with the black triangle. So those packs are fairly not common, but well known. There's another variant though, where they forgot to put the black triangle stamp. So it's the same pack. It's got a first edition stamp, and it's just missing that black triangle stamp. Those packs took me forever to find an art set of those packs, and that's probably my favorite like art set of packs within my pack collection.
For me, probably the only cards I'll never sell are my childhood binder. I've got like a little 3-ring binder with base Jungle Fossil Unlimited, like just the ones that I have a story for a lot of them. I remember where and when I pulled them or traded for them, or so those ones, my sentimental value outweighs the market value by infinite. And then to not give that kind of answer, probably the next card I'm most attached to is the number 3 Pikachu. And I've told this story before, but the number 3 Pikachu that I bought at 2019 Worlds, we were out to dinner, like an E4 dinner. I checked Discord when we were walking back. Somebody on E4, one of their buddies, placed 3rd, and he wanted to sell the card. So I kind of like dipped away from the group, messaging on Discord, got a phone number, got a Facebook Messenger thing. We got it all worked out. I was buying the card from the kid who won it, the guy who won it, in his room, the guy. I think it was the Masters. I'd have to look back. But yeah, it must have been the Masters division. But buying that card from him, like he came back to his room. He had a bunch of friends there. Everyone was all hyped because he won. Obviously, he didn't win Worlds. He didn't win first place, but he must have lost in the semis and then won the 3rd place game. So just that environment, like all the hype, all the energy that was there, and then just the connection of talking to him and buying it directly from him, that was cool. I've bought other full art Pikachus from the winners, but like over the internet.
Yeah. No, that's cool. You actually got to meet him and buy it right at Worlds. I remember that because we had gone out to get. I was with you going out for dinner, and then we went to Gem Mint's hotel room. And then
you
came strolling in like an hour later with a big grin on your face.
Didn't you buy a Sparkle Charizard from me, or was that someone else? That might have been someone else.
I think that was someone else, yeah.
I don't remember who bought that. But I actually went to Zach's room with it in my bag, and I was like, heart was racing still. I was like in the room, but not mentally in the room. And I think it was like 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe it was only like 5 minutes, but in my mind, it felt like a while. I was in the room with it in my backpack, like for a while. I'm like, should I show everybody? Should I talk about it? And then I eventually did, and kind of like passed it around the room, and that was cool too. Like just the rush of kind of showing it off a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. No, times have definitely changed since then. Yeah, I don't think you'd be able to buy any more for that price.
Yeah, unfortunately I'm not too hopeful for like 2022 Worlds happening. But even if it does, London, I'm not sure if I'd go. Everything's just going to be so different though. The numbers are so much bigger. It's going to be like, I remember buying the competitors Champions Festivals packs for 100, buying staff cards for 100, winners cards for a lot less than they go for now.
Oh yeah. It's good and bad.
Yeah. No matching shirts tonight, Dan.
Oh, I missed that. No, we forgot to call each other. And
so for anybody here, we haven't drawn anything yet. If you want to go back, go to Nick's channel, which you're on. Go to his video. I don't know what you called it, week 3 drawings or week 3 giveaways.
I think it's week 3 giveaways.
And if you go to my week 3 giveaways, you can still comment to get entered for. Oh, I actually can see the chat now. I don't know what I'm doing in this StreamYard. I didn't think I could see the chat, but now I just found it. Oh, the thing is though, I can't comment in it.
Oh, okay. I wonder why, because I can comment in it. I must just be special.
Can you give me permissions, maybe?
I don't think so. I think we tried that last time.
It's probably you just not allowing me to.
I can ban you or kick you off.
Let's not try those ones, not yet.
Maybe it might just be because you're just a guest. You're not actually logged in as yourself. So you don't have anything like what would the comment come up as? Like you're not logged into your YouTube channel from StreamYard.
That's a good call. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
But we could just call you a no name. Nobody cares.
Ernesto's rooting for me to get booted. Hey, Ernesto, there's less free stuff if I get kicked out. Come on.
Basic with the 2023 US Worlds. I hope so. I hope they just forget about the UK. Sorry for anyone who lives in the UK.
Yeah, it's whether or not London happens this year, it just needs to come back stateside because clearly international is broken. It's how many years in a row did they do it domestic and it always happened? And then the first time they send it overseas, we miss out on multiple years in a row.
Exactly. One of these years we'll get back to it.
Hopefully.
And then Jason, Nick, you got any crazy stories from working on the ship? All of my good crazy stories I really shouldn't talk about because those all involve being in port and having fun. But on the ship, it's more so just your typical days. Nothing too crazy. Been in some bad storms where you can't sleep at night, which is terrible. Yeah, aside oh, a cool story that people who don't know shipping get a kick out of is so like when the sun rises and sets, if it's like a super clear day out, just as the sun goes below the horizon, it actually flashes like a really bright green. Bet you didn't know that. Nick is actually a pirate. Captain Nick Sparrow, yes.
Dan Roth wants to know if we have any more Wade Modern to give away. Oh, man. The chat is not relenting. Ernesto's trying to kick me out.
I know.
Dan's calling us out.
Nobody likes us. That's why we're waiting to do the giveaways, because once we do those, we know everyone's gonna leave.
Yeah. We've got you hostage for now.
Exactly. Hustle and modern booster packs.
But yeah, I'm up to start drawing. If you want to start drawing our weekly ones,
yeah,
I've got to find. Oh yeah, they're right behind me. That's why I kept them there.
I think I have all my weekly ones down here. So if you want to start with your 3, since you had 3.
Yeah, let's see. Share screen.
Oh, I gotta switch it here. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
You don't have anything inappropriate up on your screen?
No. Wait, is that?
Oh, that's mine.
I was gonna say, how did you share? What are those boxes of? I don't have ads on mine. It looks so foreign to me.
How do I give you permission to share a screen?
I might have it. Let me try. I see a way.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it let me.
Okay, there we go. I got to add it. There we go.
So you can see it now. I can see it over here too. So I got 320 unique comments. When I filter it by duplicate names, there's 153. So basically your odds of winning the grand prize as it stands are 1 out of 153. If you've not entered, so Ernesto's asking how to enter. So we had a code word for each of the dailies, but the grand prize, we wanted to just make sure everyone was included in that. So if you comment anything, you'll be picked up for that. But since we're doing the daily ones right now, I'm going to include comment replies. I'm going to filter it on a specific text. My first one, if you can see Rowlet here, my CGC9 Scream Rowlet.
In your DVD sized protective case.
In the special DVD VHS sleeves I've got. My code word was Scream for that. So let's see how many. We have 80 people entered for the Scream Rowlet. And oh no, I'm not going to exclude by date. So it looks like this picker doesn't actually have a way to exclude a certain user. Because I replied to some of the comments. So for like the grand giveaway, if we accidentally pick ourselves, we'll just re-roll it before we get there.
You might re-roll it. I'm not re-rolling it. Yeah. I want to open some Hidden Fate packs and celebrations.
I don't think I commented on yours, so hopefully I won't win yours either. I don't know if you commented on mine, but
you'll win yours and mine.
Yeah, so we're good to go. I'm going to start the raffle, and as we remember, if we watch the earlier videos, this just gets straight to business. It's going to pick the winner right away. Andrew Stevens, and he commented Scream, so he was straight to business as well. If you're in the chat or if you're watching this later, just contact me, email, Instagram, however you want to get a hold of me, Discord, and give me that address and I'll get these right over, or that right over. My next giveaway, PSA 10 Reds Pikachu, kind of like the ancient Mew of our generation. There's a million of them graded PSA 10, but it still does well because the demand is just so massive. So the code word for this one was red. It looks like we have 92 entrants for this. And we're going to get right to it and pick our winner. Pearson Yee. Red, I can't think of fancy things to say with it, so yeah, always thanks though. Well, thank you for watching and thank you for entering, and congratulations on the Reds Pikachu. And then for my final daily, the code word was evolve, and we had 82 entrants for that. Evolving Skies booster box. If you open it, good luck on the pulls with that, and let's see who we've got, and then we'll let Nick do his draws. Bryce C, who commented evolve. I think there's a solid trend of just short comments winning. I mean, I had 2 out of 3 there, short comments winning. So let me see if I can stop my share. There we go.
Awesome. Congrats to everyone who won Dan's portion of the giveaway.
First Logan, now this. I never win anything. Ernesto, you still got a shot.
we actually blocked you from winning, Ernesto.
Yeah. Yeah, the other comment picker we used, we could blacklist certain people. I was going to blacklist myself and Ernesto. Oh, Pearson's in here. There we go.
Yeah. I already commented. Congrats, Pearson. I'm paying attention to the chat over here.
I got to reach down here and do it on my phone.
So I'll go ahead and get mine started here. Figure out how to share my screen again. But I forget who commented. Someone commented nice ad free or whatever, something like that. But you don't get the ad free version with me. You get to view all the ads with me.
You never know what ads are gonna pop up. Okay, we got credit cards and we got Flow from Progressive, so we're good.
nothing too bad. So I did the same thing as Dan. Put the URL of the week 3 giveaway video. 132 comments or unique comments in that video. I have include comment replies, filter duplicate names, and filter comments based on specific text. So my first giveaway for the last week was a Chilling Rain booster box, and the code word for that giveaway was snow, because it was actually snowing the day that I posted that. So I figured that would be an appropriate code word. So we'll go ahead and start raffle and pick winners. And the first winner is Shiny Lightbulb with the comment of snow. Well, congratulations, Shiny Lightbulb. Like Dan said, just if you're watching this, just reach out via email, Instagram, wherever, and we'll get that mailed out for you. My second giveaway for the week, my second and final giveaway, was a Darkness Ablaze booster box, and the code word for that one was fire, just because it gets hard coming up with code words. It's a lot harder than you might think. So we'll type in fire, start raffle, and pick winners. And the winner for the Darkness Ablaze was Dosey Do commenting fire. So congratulations.
Both of those won one of my weekly ones earlier.
Really?
I think Dosey Do is the one who won on our last live stream, actually. He won some of my Wade Modern packs. And Shiny Lightbulb, though. I think Shiny Lightbulb won the Sword Shield 50.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Pearson, it's just a joke. We were getting busted on because we opened packs last live stream and we were getting like trash hits. So people were joking that they were Wade.
I'm just going to grab a picture of this so I actually remember who wins.
Well, I'm just going to leave mine open, and then after the grand finale draw, I'll have them all there.
Oh, that's true. We still have those drawings to do.
We'll save those for later, though.
There we go. I like it. Well, yeah, congratulations to, I think Pearson's the only one in the chat.
Yeah.
Pearson, you're the only true fan. We see how everyone else is.
He was the only one with a comment longer than the code word itself. Ernesto mentioned earlier he wanted us to talk about and we talked a little bit too. I think yesterday you had forgotten completely about the Logan Paul break.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't tune in whatsoever.
So I didn't watch the whole thing. I did watch a little bit of it. And then like today I just recapped a little bit from like Discord conversations. But while I was cooking dinner, it was happening. So I just had my phone there. I was hitting that big yellow button when it popped up when I could. Seemed like he did it really quick, which to me is a good thing. I mean, I think people value their family time and just their time in general on Christmas. So the fact that he didn't turn it into a 3-hour thing is probably something most people enjoyed. But it was another. So we've got back-to-back box breaks without the base first Charizard.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I think that, I mean, so you pull 12 and there's 15 total because there's 16 in base set, but you can't get them a champ, obviously. So your odds are like, if there was no duplicates, your odds would be like 70-something% to pull one. but there can be duplication. So what the math works out to exactly, I'm not sure, but it's over 50% chance to pull a Charizard, and that's the way it goes sometimes, though. I mean, 2 boxes in a row, generally speaking, you'd average over 1, but maybe the next one's going to have 2. Catch us back up.
There we go. That's all we need. Yeah, I saw Basic Trainer just said I saw 15K viewers at one point. Definitely expecting a lot more. I heard Crystal Pokemon was actually telling me that he was watching. He watched a majority of it, or at least some of it, and he said there were around 15,000 people watching the stream, which I thought was a decent amount compared to any other Whatnot stream that's happened. The most I've ever seen was the one that Going Twice and PokeJew did, where they gave away the Black Triangle packs, and there were like 1.2, 1.3 thousand people in that one. So I thought 15,000 was a decent amount.
And 1.2, 1.3K though, that's what it was showing if you were in there. That was really glitchy though. Like, I'm not sure how true. I think when I was in the Logan Paul break, it was a little over 10,000. But I know that there was a time where my thing was showing on PokeJew's stream and Going Twice, it was showing like 800, but they were getting over 1,000 entrants into the giveaway. I think PokeJew mentioned on stream that he was seeing like 2,000 on his end.
Okay, so maybe
I don't know if that explains some of it with Logan Paul. Maybe it was showing 10 to 15 and it was actually 20, 25. But given that PokeJew and Going Twice pulled 2,000, I would have expected at least 25 to 50,000 for Logan Paul. I guess, I mean, Christmas is tough. I would have been there for the whole thing if it was any other day.
Yeah.
That, like we were talking too, like that or Thanksgiving are like the 2 days that I wouldn't be able to go to the whole thing. But yeah, it was pretty cool though, I thought. I mean, it's great that he gave away that whole box. I mean, I'm sure he was compensated very well by Whatnot, but I think it was great advertising by them. That giveaway feature seems really cool. And then Ninja's doing one on, I don't know if it's New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
And it's a Neo Destiny first edition, right?
Yeah, yep.
I see his wife everywhere on Whatnot.
Who's his wife?
Jay Blevs is her username on Whatnot.
I don't know if I've ever seen her.
I've been in a bunch of breaks and she's winning, like her, Blake Martinez, and then that other football, Cassius Marsh.
Oh yeah, I've seen him before.
I see the 3 of them quite a bit. Seems like they pop in everywhere and win a pack.
They never hop into my streams.
You got to break a box.
That's true. That's all I got to do. Dosey Do. Just shoot me a message on Instagram or email and let me know your eBay ID, and I can definitely get that shipped out with your eBay order. But yeah, just let me know what your eBay username is so I put it in the right order.
I actually had that happen with last week's. Somebody who had won an item already. They're like, "Hey, can you just pop it in that package?" And it's a win-win, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it.
It's nice to get a regular customer and/or viewer winning the giveaway, and then just to be able to slide it in, save on shipping a little bit is nice.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so getting back into Logan's break. I never, like I said, like Dan said, or like I said, I didn't watch any of the stream, but I was looking on Whatnot late last night and then during the day today, and it seems like what Whatnot wanted to do in terms of gaining a subscriber base of people watching streams and buying product and all that stuff. It seemed like it definitely worked because there were like 3 or 4 streams during the day today that had over 100 people in them, which usually never happens. You usually only see like 1 or 2 streams, at least within Pokemon, that have over 100 people. But there were a decent amount of streams that had over 100 people in them today. And then even below 100, there were even more streams that had like 40, 50 people in them, which is actually really, really good. I'm actually planning a Whatnot stream myself for Tuesday, and I'm really curious to see if I have any more people join that stream than I typically do. I typically average right around 20 people per stream is what I typically have. Sometimes it's a little bit more, sometimes it's a little bit less, just depending upon the timing, but usually around 20 is what I have. So it'll be interesting to see if I have any more or less than that. Hopefully not less.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they've ever disclosed it. I mean, they're not like a public company, so they don't have to, but I have no idea what their registered user base was, but I would imagine the amount that they picked up, like of those 15,000 people in Logan's thing, probably quite a few of them were new registrants. And I would think that getting 5 or 10,000 new people registering would be pretty significant for whatever their current user base is. It's nowhere like the tens of millions on eBay or anything like that. So you're talking 5 or 10,000. I mean, 15,000, that had to be their biggest stream. Second place probably being Pokeju and Going Twice's.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And Pokemon Classics did mention he doesn't believe that it was one of Logan's boxes. It was sealed by Heritage Auctions.
I've heard someone I was watching.
So I don't know.
Pokemon Radar's podcast. Him and Cool Trainer Ryan. We're talking about that. I was watching that today. I have no idea on that one.
Whatnot owned a box, I believe.
Okay.
What John said.
Yeah.
Whether it was theirs or whether they arranged to purchase one off of Logan, because I don't know if one of Logan's 5, aside from his 6 in the sealed case, I don't know if one of those 5 had been sealed by Heritage. I know the origin. I mean, one came from Rusty, one came from Z&G. We kind of know where some of those came from. Were any of them sold through Heritage at one point? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I have no idea on that one. But it was definitely a good move on Whatnot's part. Yeah,
and I think the Ninja stream, I'll be interested to see what that one is, how many viewers they get, because I don't know exactly what Logan Paul has off the top of my head on YouTube. What is he, like 20 million?
Yeah, he's like 23.
I want to say Ninja is like 10 plus as well. He's huge on Twitch and YouTube, and
unless you're me who's never heard of him.
Ninja has 23.9 million, so he might have more than Logan Paul.
Me? Yeah, they're pretty much. He might just beat him.
Yeah, Logan's 23.2, so Ninja's slightly ahead. That's crazy.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
I used to play a lot of Fortnite. I used to play with Pokemon Radar some, and actually Charlie Sherlocker. And Ninja, he's not like the absolute best, but he's really good, and he's really like a good streamer. He's got the whole charismatic thing going on. Apparently gets a lot of viewers and all that on Twitch.
Oh, we got Mason bringing up MetaZoo already.
There we go.
What are you thinking on the second edition of Cryptid Nation?
So I did see that announcement in the MetaZoo Discord. It feels like less boxes than I would have expected. Cryptid Nation was 25,000. I believe Nightfall, I believe it was 50. I think they doubled up. But it's 62,500 of every SKU. I think it's of every item. So that'll be decks, and like the boxes, as far as I understand, aren't going to be going to Walmart. So 62,500 boxes to distribute either directly or through local game stores, that feels reasonable to me. And then there will be 62,500 of each deck and the blister and things like that to hang on the shelves at Walmart. What did they say? I think there's like 6,000 Walmarts in the US.
Something. I was looking it up. It's around there. When MetaZoo announced that they were going in Walmart, I looked that up.
So, or maybe it's 4,000. So that would be like 15 of each item for each Walmart, which feels not like much at all. But maybe that's what Walmart offered to buy. I have no idea. It's one thing that's really interesting to me is, and I'm not saying this is coming from Mason, but like from certain people, mostly people that are negative towards it, I see two arguments that kind of conflict with each other. It's like, oh, it's artificial scarcity. They're intentionally printing less of everything just to make it stay valuable. But then like they are getting it into Walmart, and maybe that's all Walmart bought. And then you go back to the original Kickstarter. Like the Kickstarter didn't sell out through its original offering. So, and in the, like this, I don't know who they're printing through exactly, but they're bidding for printer capacity against Pokemon and against Magic and against Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's probably not very cheap right now when Pokemon's printing 4 billion cards a year. I don't know like how it all works or anything, but I'd imagine that comes into play. Like, I don't think Mike Waddell has this printer in his garage and he's just like intentionally throttling it to maximize FOMO. But that's the way that some people like to say that it is. I don't know. It's interesting.
I'm really excited to see how the second edition does. I think that'll be like the turning point of MetaZoo, whether or not it's actually here to stay or if it's just a hype train thing and people are just hopping into MetaZoo to make a quick buck. But
yeah, I think it'll be really interesting to see if it is only 15 items of each per Walmart, if it'll just be sold out the first day from the few people who know about it, and it won't even really get to the masses. But if it sells out quickly, Walmart would probably really be happy with it and they'd probably restock on it. And I don't know if this is done directly or if it's done through MJ Holdings. I know nothing about, and I think nobody knows anything about the intricacies of it. Mason says 62,000 is right where he'd want it. He will still carry it. Yeah, to me, I guess it would be a little bit scary as an LGS if the print run went from 50,000 in Nightfall to 500,000. Like,
yeah,
to go up an order of magnitude or something, that would be a little scary, because that sweet spot, you don't really like. Mason's talked about it many times. I think we've talked about it a little bit. $90 shipped booster boxes on eBay is not great for sellers.
No, not at all.
I buy boxes at $86.50. I can't sell one at $90 on eBay. So yeah, Mason's saying 62,000 is something that feels comfortable to him. Presumably, the thought being that's enough that the price will probably maintain somewhere around MSRP. If you're able to sell at MSRP, there's enough of a margin there to kind of justify the risk of buying it, and that's a healthy place to be.
Yeah, Nightfall's been doing surprisingly decently well. It's fluctuated a little bit, but it's still staying around that like 225 mark.
Yeah, which is
like still like almost double retail.
Retail's like 140, right? So it's like,
I'm pretty sure it's the same as Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 50% over retail then, about. And yeah, I mean, Cryptid Nation, like, if anyone is, I mean, that's kind of like, it's second edition, but it's the third total printing, because you've got Kickstarter. You had 2,500 Kickstarter, 25,000 Cryptid Nation, and then 62,500 Cryptid Nation second edition. And again, I don't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, but the splits on boxes to like blisters and decks, there was more boxes than any of the other products with the first two printings. But now that they're going to be in Walmart, there's equal across the board on everything. So you're getting like, it's not just the difference between 25 and 62. Like if you calculated the total amount of cards printed, it's more than just that 2.5 times. It's probably more like 5 times as many cards, because of, I mean, they 10x the blisters, probably more than 10x.
Yep.
I'd have to look back at what they were. But yeah, it'll be, I'm along for the ride. Second edition, I don't think I'm going to buy any of it. It's not really for me. I don't have distributor access to it. I'm kind of like a consumer of it, buying at retail prices. I guess I'm saving the sales tax, because I'm buying it for resale, but I'm buying it through like normal channels, eBay, Troll and Toad, wherever. So I don't think I opened a couple of the, I didn't open any Kickstarter, but I opened a couple of the first edition, and I enjoyed it. I think I liked Nightfall better, like kind of the general consensus that I saw. But I pulled a Mothman, and I pulled my Bigfoot. Bigfoot's my chase card personally.
I'll just be going with my one booster box and all the different theme decks. That's about as big into MetaZoo as I've gotten so far.
So if they go like 3rd edition, 4th edition, if they get all the way to like 10th edition, you're gonna be buying.
I hope they don't.
I'm not remotely in tune with like Magic, but I've heard of, I think they went ABU, Alpha Beta Unlimited, and I've heard of like 4th edition, 5th edition. I think each time they printed it, there was a revised edition. They pulled out some cards. They pulled out like the Power 9 were only Alpha Beta, I believe. But I think they might have printed 7, 8, 9 editions of their original set. So, I mean, MetaZoo might follow in the footsteps of that. So are you going to have like a box for each edition, and then a theme deck for each edition and all that?
I'm gonna start off by doing that. We'll see. We'll see if they get too crazy about it. Then I would stop. But
yeah.
We'll see. It's the same as the Halloween packs and the Christmas packs. Are they gonna keep doing like it was? Like it was 2020 was 2nd edition for this year. So next year, are they going to do 2020 3rd edition and just keep rolling with that? Or are they eventually going to stop doing that?
Yeah, so it's weird, like, because I actually opened some, and like my Ding Bell, he's 1st edition, but then my Santa Claus is 2nd edition.
Oh man!
So like each year they came out with 5 cards, but these 2nd edition packs these 2021 packs, you could pull the 5 original set in 2nd edition, the new set in 1st edition. So in like 2025, 2026, will you be pulling like 6 or 7 different 5-card subsets anywhere from 1st edition to 6th edition?
I hope not.
It's a weird feel for sure. But again, like it'll be interesting. I'm interested to follow it and just see how it does. Something different, right? I've always been 99% Pokemon, and I'm still above 90% by far, but
oh yeah,
dipping my toes into something else.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to have a new TCG that has potential. Being in like at the beginning and all that, because obviously with Pokemon, we were around for the beginning of Pokemon, but we didn't have money back then.
Yeah, it it is nice, and some of the prices are crazy. There's a lot of optimism priced in. So buy it at your own risk. Buy it if you enjoy it. Buy it with money you can lose if you're trying to do it as some kind of an investment play. But yeah, to be an adult and actually have disposable income to buy whatever I want as it comes out, kind of exciting for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And then the only other exciting news that's happened recently is PSA's economy service raffle. That started out as being very frustrating. With the whole, so you originally told me about that in the morning, whatever day that was, and then we were both in the waiting room or whatever, waiting for the drop, and you were ahead of the when it officially like launched and they assigned everyone slots. You were ahead of me, and I was number like 1,700 and you were 500.
Yep.
And you got an error message on yours.
And then yours continue to count down for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
Before it gave you your error message, which was funny.
Well, I didn't get an error message, but by the time it got below 100, it said all the slots have been taken.
But yeah, then it was, what was it, an hour or two later? It like reopened, and then we were both able to secure 5 slots at $50 a piece. I've got to make sure I remember to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta do that at some point this week. But I think they got. Did you go back and read like some of the comments on their Instagram post?
I left a comment on their Instagram post.
I think the like initial drop that they had, the one that we were in the waiting room for, I think that was gonna be everything that they had for this like initial drop. But then people were like wicked pissed off at PSA in the comment section with how that whole thing was handled. So I think they went back and just said, okay, everyone gets 5. Because I talked to a few people and it seemed like every single person that I talked to got 5 slots. I haven't heard of anyone who got more than 5 slots.
Yeah, all I saw was 5. I guess I didn't look close enough to see if anyone. I think there were some people that tried at the first wave that didn't end up with any, but they didn't like go again for the maybe everyone who tried for the second wave got it. I'm not entirely sure though. In Poké Knowledge, 5 across the board. I don't believe anyone got more than 5.
Which that's decent. I definitely have 5 cards that I want to send them. But it'll be interesting. I wonder how long it'll take for those to come back.
They're committed to using no more than 20% of their manpower, and they're committed to holding them for no longer than 3 months.
Well, that's nice.
Which, if they're true, I think they're good things. My ideal scenario is that they'd attack the backlog for another 6 months until it's down to like 1 million cards, and then they'd open up the new tiers slowly. Like it's such an easy math problem. They know how many cards they can grade per day. They can't take in more than that. Mm-hmm. For 18 months, they didn't know how to do that math, and they took in way more, and they built the backlog to 13 million cards, and the backlog's still at 7 million cards, and they're just, yeah, it's crazy. Such a crazy scenario they got themselves into.
Yeah, it really is.
They were closing a sale though, so how much ability did they have to change things? Maybe their hands were completely tied, to be fair. Again, talking about the MetaZoo distribution, I have no idea. Talking about the whole PSA thing throughout the sale, maybe they weren't allowed to touch anything. Maybe they just had to. In March, they did close down, but I think that was after the deal fully closed. So
Either that or they were just spiteful and said, we're just going to go on vacation since we're not going to be a part of this anymore. One or the other. Oh boy. So do you have anything else you want to talk about? Any other pressing issues that happened with you lately?
I'm trying to think. I've been like this whole month, the Instagram giveaway, it's felt like we've joked. We've joked privately and we've joked publicly about how initially you wanted to do a daily video on YouTube. Oh man, we're in full agreement that that would have been a terrible idea, because it's just doing that Instagram post every other day. There was the one day I almost forgot and you had to remind me, and it just felt like work. I quit my job so that I could do this as my job, because it doesn't feel as much like work. But I'm glad we did it, and I think it was great. It's nice to give back to the community, but like a daily video would have been a lot. But yeah, it was fun, and we're through it now. We've got the one big giveaway left, but it'll be nice. I forgot where I was going with that. I ramble on so long, I lose my own train of thought. I bought a lot. I bought a lot in November and December, and my whole month of Instagram was reserved for like the giveaways. So now in January, it's going to be nice to turn to doing my actual like pickups, my actual purchases and things like that. I've got some exciting YouTube videos coming up detailing those buys, and an Instagram post as well.
Yeah, I'm glad we did the giveaways, but I am also very glad that it is over. It was actually a decent. It wasn't a lot of work, but it was just a pain having to create the post every day and post it and then do all the stories. I don't think I've ever done so many Instagram stories.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were posting every other day, but we were sharing each other things in the story, so it was a lot.
Yeah, maybe next year we'll just do the 12 days of Christmas. Every year we're gonna keep dialing it back.
So we've got a couple questions coming in. What will happen with the middleman services? Back to normal slowly, most not coming back. So I think the big two, Ludkins and Graded Gem, as far as I understand, they're not coming back, right? As far as you understand either?
Well, Graded Gem already said they're not coming back. Ludkins, I think they're transferring to
Polaris.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, Peter is somebody who was kind of running higher up at Ludkins on the US side. He's kind of spun off his own service called Polaris Grading. I have one submission out through him right now, I believe. So I think a lot of the sports middlemen, a lot of them are still out there. Middlemaning will still be a thing. But as far as on the Pokemon side, I think Z&G, James, he's made his intentions fairly clear of like pivoting towards consignments. And then like Charlie, I don't know exactly what his involvement is. He's still doing things in Pokemon for sure, but he's always been like more in the shadows behind the scenes. I don't know if he's involved at all in the new Polaris thing, but so yeah, Pokemon middlemaning will still be a thing. It just might be different names.
Yeah, exactly. Now's your chance to start a middleman service.
Yep. And then so Daniel also asked, recently picked up a battle styles. Oh, there we go.
I forgot about that actually.
Man, our host here is slacking. I forgot about it completely too. So recently picked up Battle Styles and Chilling Reign boxes for 80 to 90 each. Do you guys think there will be a point when Vivid Voltage and Evolving Skies will dip as low as the other sets?
I don't think so.
Vivid Voltage is older, right, than both of Battle Styles and Chilling Reign.
Yeah.
Evolving Skies is newer, so like if Pokemon really keeps at it and really hammers down on the printing, I think Evolving Skies would be more likely of the two to get there. Do I think it will? I don't even know where it is today.
I'm selling them at they're like 105 to 110 on eBay. I'm selling a few at 115. I think though, Battle Styles and Chilling Reign was an all right set, but Battle Styles was a garbage set. So I think that's why Vivid Voltage and Evolving Skies, those are both fantastic sets. So I don't think we'll ever see Vivid Voltage or Evolving Skies be the same price as Battle Styles or Chilling Reign, just because it's a better set, more popular set.
Mega X says it's there already.
Really?
He says it's 90.
Well, I take that back.
I see 105, 104, maybe by the case. But yeah, I mean, it's a brand new set. Historically speaking, like the past 18 months have been insane, 18 to 24 months. But the 10 years, 15 years prior, Pokemon print sets for roughly 2 years. And if it's evolutions, they print it for 5 or 4, whatever it was. Those boxes historically will be available at between $80 and $100 all day long for those 2 years until they go out of print, and then they'll slowly bump up from there. So it wouldn't shock me at all if Evolving Skies were to get back to 80 a box. If Pokemon really just ships truckloads and truckloads over the next year and a half that it's still in print, I can absolutely see it getting there. Vivid Voltage, I don't know exactly when it was released, but it's a lot closer to the 2-year barrier. But the 2-year barrier like isn't firm because of evolutions really shattered that, and we got restock, reprint, whatever you want to call it, Sun and Moon base set Elite Trainer boxes this year. And that was really reaching back. So,
oh yeah,
I think
Vivid Voltage was November, December of 20.
That's why though speculating in modern in-print products is very, very risky, especially if you're doing it with money that you can't afford to lose or need to remain liquid and need to remain like accessible, because the profit margins just aren't there.
Yeah.
There's big businesses out there. There's big guys out there buying it for 70 a box near there. So you're competing with them. Oh, Andrew Stevens is in chat. He won one of the did he win one of mine? Andrew, you won mine. So
yeah,
find me on Instagram. I guess Nick can forward you along if you can't find me, but you should be able to find. He's tagged me 50 times this month, so. But yeah, I think that just shows the risk of speculating in modern. You're at the whim of the printer.
Yeah. Oh, here's another hot topic here. The question right after it. The validity of the Logan Paul case and how it was authenticated. I never really looked into this too much until I don't think anyone was really talking about it until just recently. Now there's a few YouTube videos, and I know there's a E4 topic that kind of gives the history of that case, where it was originally sold on eBay for like 72,000.
Crazy cheap.
Like yeah.
Early 2020 or early this year, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then it was sold to whoever the sports guys. I completely forget their names.
Shine was the guy who bought it for $2 million.
Okay. No, yeah, that guy. And then
Well, somebody else, Millie Pops and Pokey Jew.
him, yeah.
There was like a posse that they did a video. Millie Pops.
Yep.
Jamil has a video on one of his channels where they like took a jet and they were waiting on the delivery, and it was shipped international, declared like $5 or whatever, and all that jazz.
I think they paid $2 million, because I think the other guy, the one who bought it after Jamil, I thought he paid like 2.6.
I thought 2 was the number he paid, but I don't remember.
I forget.
Could be.
Too many numbers. But getting back to the validity and authentication, I don't know how the baseball card exchange guy, I don't know how he felt confident enough to authenticate that box and put his name behind it. I don't think I would ever feel that confident without actually opening the case to see what's inside. I think that would be relatively easy to fake.
I saw some speculation though, like the one box that Rusty sold to Logan Paul.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually the last box that Logan Paul opened before yesterday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty cracked the seal, verified the packs, and then he taped it back up with like a tamper-proof sticker.
Yeah.
I heard speculation. Again, I have no idea. That's like a theme for the night. I'm talking about things I know nothing about, which I think it's too common of a thing. People just like to throw in their 2 cents on things they have no idea about. So I'm asked to do it, so I'll do it as well. I read speculation though that maybe the case was opened, verified, and then wrapped. I know they do it with some sports, like the way sports cards work. I've got an empty box right next to me. There are some old vintage sports boxes that never had plastic wrap, and they had wax packs, which are supposedly, I think, really easy to reseal. So what they'd do is they'd open it up, they'd open up a couple of the packs, whether they'd weigh them all, do whatever, and then they'd put them all back in, and they'd wrap a box that didn't traditionally have a wrap of any kind. Whether they did that, whether they went into the case, pulled out a box, did they open up a box? I have no idea any of that. All I know is a case with 6 boxes is wrapped. And to me, I would think that there's a way to verify. I know that like Gary has a half open case, right? I don't think that's the only one in the world. I don't know if other ones were referenced. That's the only one wrapped. We know that. That's the only one wrapped right now in the world.
Yeah.
Was there a reference case that was referenced and weight and whatever? I have no idea. I would think it would be able to be authenticated to a high degree of validity. Would I want to buy that? I wouldn't want to touch it.
Mm-mm.
I'm not even comfortable buying sealed WotC boxes that I've owned and opened dozens of. Anytime I get one of these, I open it. I can't help myself. So I wouldn't want to touch it.
Yeah.
But I think there's a pretty like some people are talking almost as if there's a 1% chance or less that it's a real case. Could be anywhere from 0 to 100. I have no idea.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea on that either. Yeah, they Mealy Pop's video, they really never talked about the authentication process and what that guy did exactly.
They talked a little bit about it. They mentioned weights.
Yeah, they mentioned the weight. Yep.
But they said they didn't want to get into it too much. I would think though, like 20-year-old adhesive on cardboard, dating, things like that, I would think there would be a way to do it. whether or not all those things were done. And there is a history. We do know that on multiple instances. So BBCE, Baseball Card Exchange, this company that wrapped the box, wrapped the case, they're the people who authenticate every pack that goes through PSA. And we have had proven instances of graded packs that were resealed. So there's always going to be errors in any kind of a process. I would think, given the like, it's not like this thing was wrapped 15 years ago when it was worth a couple $1,000. This thing was wrapped when it was discussed as being worth $2 million or more. I would think something was done to that to really be quite sure. Who knows though? Logan's got a lot of money, and who knows? I mean, he could open that thing. Maybe he's planning some major thing where he's gonna just open a whole case in one day and get that first Black Label Charizard.
Now that would be a good stream right there.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Maybe he's gonna give away 216 first edition booster packs on Whatnot for next Christmas.
No, I can't see him ever opening that one. Because he paid quite the premium for that case.
Yeah, boxes have recently been going for around 400,000 still, I think.
Yeah, we had the PWCC Premier that went for like $340 plus the buyer premium.
With it or plus it?
Plus it. So that would have brought it right around 400.
Yeah. So if you figure that's roughly $2.5 million for the 6 boxes, so then $1 million premium for that extra box and tape. It's a lot of money.
Especially when you can buy the tape on eBay for like $10 a roll.
Yeah. It's like anything else to us. That's, I mean, to many people, that's a lifetime of earnings. That's more money than but to certain people in this world, that's literally nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Chump change. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever find out. I think that's gonna stay sealed forever.
Yeah, I know I'm never gonna own it, but if somehow I find myself owning it, we'll find out, because I can't keep sealed. I pledge, if I ever own that case, I will open it.
There we go. You just gotta hit the Powerball or something.
Yeah. So there's
I
one.
just saw Mega X comment. Safari Zone had the Evolving Skies for $90 a box for a couple of days last week. That's interesting.
There's one just a couple down from that Lord Pokey bloke from Jason B. About Magic.
Oh, okay.
We've discussed this a little bit. I think we had a podcast where it was asked.
Here we go.
So this is kind of new to me. Like, I heard they were going to be doing numbered cards to some extent, but I didn't hear there was going to be like parallel colors. Like, I don't know the hierarchy in sports, but I think there's, or Marvel even, there's gold, there's purple, there's green, blue, like the precious metal gems in Marvel. We were asked before if we thought Pokemon would ever get there. On like a 20, like between now and the 50th anniversary, I can 100% see it happening. If and when we go into another lull period, which I think we will on a long enough time frame, and Pokemon is like not happy with their profitability numbers, that's something that they've got in their back pocket that they can just pull out at any time. Would they do that tied into the TCG, or would they do like a supplemental product, go back with Topps or something? Topps Chrome, Techno, all that stuff. I think someday we'll see it again, personally.
I can see like a collabor. Now that you mentioned a collaboration with like Topps or something, I could see that. And having like 1 of 100 or whatever cards for something like that. But for the actual like TCG, I really can't see that happening. Pokemon doesn't pay much attention to collectors. It's all about like the player base, and numbered cards for actual play just wouldn't make sense. Although they did a really good job with celebrations for collectors. Got to give them that. Let me see here. Scroll back down the comments, get caught back up. Oh, here's one that's been coming up on Facebook a lot. I don't know if you've seen this. Reprinting Hidden Fates and Shining Legends. I've heard a lot of people talking about. There was like a Reddit picture that went around on Facebook a couple days ago before Christmas, and it was some potato quality picture of a Walmart having a ton of Hidden Fate product, like on the shelves. So people were talking about there's going to be a new Hidden Fate reprint that comes out soon, and I really don't think that's true whatsoever. I think Hidden Fates is so old. Well, we won't see a reprint of that. I think it's fairly safe to say.
I think Hidden Fates would still be within the Evolutions window. If we go by that. Yeah. Wait, Hidden Fates. Yeah, only 2019.
Yeah, 2019 was Hidden Fates. August of 2019.
So it's only just left the 2-year window. I don't think Hidden Fates, personally, I don't think it's coming back, but I don't think it's off limits either. Shining Legends feels way off limits. That's 5 years ago. Right?
No, because
or
Sun and Moon was 2017. So
Shining,
it could. It's probably
Legends,
like 4.
Yeah, Shining Legends is leaving the Evolutions window. So that feels more. I was thinking of Generations was the 20th anniversary set. So it's hard. You can't say 100% about anything, but 99% Shining Legends isn't coming back. 90% Hidden, 80% Hidden Fate's not. My guesses.
Yeah, I don't think Hidden Fate is coming back, or Shining Legends. Let's see.
John has an interesting question, just a couple down from there. Below, people talking about the fake case. A lot of confidence.
A lot of confidence.
Maybe they're right. Again, no idea. No idea and no stake in it whatsoever. I mean,
that's a nice part. That's a nice part. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So if you had to cash in your current collection and rebuy everything, what would you build your collection around? That's a good question. I like that question.
That is a good one.
So basically, if everything was just gone and I had a lump sum pile of dollars, I don't know how much I'd buy back. I'd be in pretty good shape if I could just liquidate everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'd do what I'm doing now. I enjoy opening the new sets a lot. My main nostalgia, my main joy is in those early sets. I'm flying across country with Nick to go open up base set, unlimited Shadowless first edition. That's where the most comes from for me. But I'm loving stuff like this. So I would 7 years ago I started as a collector. I never really intended to quit my job and do this full time. I just wanted to collect efficiently on a dollar basis. The most efficient way to do that was to buy out entire collections, keep what I wanted, and sell the rest, thereby getting the stuff I wanted for free. I'd do the same thing. I'd buy old collections, I'd buy new modern through distributors for cash flow and just to experience it. And I'd do everything the same way. It would be harder because the numbers are bigger and I could get less for the same amount of money. But if I'm liquidating everything, then I'm starting with a much bigger number though too. So I'm in pretty decent shape. But yeah, I guess to get a little more specific on it, I'm in the middle of transitioning a decent amount of my collection from PSA 9 to CGC, 8.5, 9, 9.5, all over the place. I'd continue with that. When I was buying years ago and collecting and grading myself, PSA 9s were like peak value for me. They were the most efficient thing for me to collect because they gave me the most joy for the least amount of dollars, basically. Now I'd either go with PSA 8s or even better, CGC 8s, 8.5s, 9s. I think CGC cases have great value because the market doesn't value them the same way. But if you look past the case and the label and you look at the card inside there, there's some crazy value inside CGC cases, especially on auction and especially at the big auction houses.
Yeah, nobody likes paying up for CGC cards. CGC is dirt cheap right now.
Yeah. So how about you? You're forced to liquidate all of those no damage nine tails. How much of your money would immediately go back into no damage nine tails?
I think it would just be too discouraging to start that one again. Because those are tough to find. I think I would have to go back to my theme deck cases though. I would miss those too much. Those are fun to collect for me. So I would rebuild that collection. But it would if I did sell everything off and start back from zero, I would definitely focus my collection a bit more than I have. Because I got to a point there was one point where I was starting all kinds of new collections and buying all types of new cards for my own collection. It just got to be too much. So I definitely have to dial that back down and kind of focus on certain aspects, which I have been. So definitely something more manageable. Like stick with the theme decks or stick with something.
Or sitting cuties. Just get a full Pokédex of sitting cuties.
I'm sure you basically already have one.
I'm getting there. I've got quite a few.
Yeah, try not to get addicted to the Pokemon Center like some people over there.
I'm in it deep. I'm in it real deep, and I can't find a way out. I like that question. That was a good question, John.
That was a good question. That was a good one.
Turf Monster 43 Gaming asked if we get any Neo Genesis packs of any sort. I haven't had them pass through my hands in a long time.
I haven't either. Nope. Probably never will either at this point. Sealed product, there's too many other people that'll buy sealed product for more than what I would want to pay. Because the only reason I would buy it at this point is to just turn around and resell it, and the margins are just way too thin for me. There's so many other people that'll pay a lot higher than me. And so unless I get really, really lucky, not going to happen.
The risk is high too, just because of reseals and all that, and it's big dollar amounts to be tying up in single items
and getting lost in shipping. About the sealed case. Where's the bald guy to verify it?
I saw that. There's a lot of comments I'm having to scroll through to try to find the next question about that case.
I like that one.
So there's one from Michaela Coverdale on what's our opinion on Fusion Strike. You see
I'm
that
not
one?
a big fan. I don't see it yet.
I haven't opened any.
I haven't opened any actually. I've opened a few packs, but nothing too crazy.
I got a little bit tossed in with like a whatnot pack I bought.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say so. I have a, but yeah, I'm still just like trying to dig myself out of this plastic overflow going on right now. Once I get there, I'll probably go back and like open a box of each that I've kind of missed. But to me, it seemed like a reasonable set. There's a Mew, there's a Gengar, right? I'm just bad right now.
There's a Gengar. That's all you have. The
I like
Gengar has
Gengar.
an awesome artwork on it. I will give Fusion Strike that.
It's that huge like Mega Gengar, right? With the mouth wide open.
His tongue's like scrolling across the card, whatever.
Yeah, it came out. It was in one of those special Japanese decks, but I think it was like only inserted in one out of so many decks. Yeah, so when I open it, that'll probably be my chase card. But yeah, unfortunately, oh yeah, right there below that, somebody mentioned. I actually saw Ludkin's Media. They did a best card of 2021 IG thing on Instagram, and I believe the Gengar VMAX alt art lost to the Umbreon alt art from Evolving Skies.
I was surprised the that Japanese stamp promo card didn't get ranked higher than it did, which I was perfectly fine by that because I really don't like that card. I don't understand the hype behind that.
I didn't follow the whole thing, but I voted in a couple of them at the end for Gengar.
Yeah, I don't know where those stories and posts came from because I didn't see any of them until like the last week.
It was Ludkin's Media, their account.
Yeah,
I don't even know who runs that.
I could not tell you. They do a good job though. They got some cool stories on there.
K Melodics has a good one for you.
Just got into selling singles on eBay, $3 plus. For you personally, how many listings did it take you before you started to sell multiple cards per day and have it be worth it? I don't remember. I do remember. So I guess it's kind of similar, but so when I got home from my shipping job last November, I ended all of my eBay listings and started from zero because the market had changed so much. When I left for my job back in the beginning of June, and I just put my eBay store in vacation mode. And by the time I had got back home, pricing had changed completely. So to kind of relearn the market, I ended all of my listings and started from zero, relisted every single item, which at the time was like 1,500, 2,000 listings. And I remember the first couple days there, it was actually a really strange feeling, yet kind of nice, because there would be some days where I'd have zero sales, a couple days where I'd have like one or two sales. So it was kind of nice to have that kind of like break, I guess. But I started to have like consistent sales probably when I got to around 500 listings, I would say. But I also had the following and all that from the followers in my eBay store. So I don't really know how to answer that question. Hopefully that helps a little bit. But I would just say just keep on listing That's the biggest advice, is just consistently list new stuff on eBay. And eventually you'll get those consistent sales rolling in. And once you get those, kind of build up your reputation, build up those consistent sales, it's just kind of like a snowball effect where you're getting consistent sales, you're building up a following, and you just keep growing and growing. So yeah, just keep grinding. That's the best answer I can give you. It is definitely worth it if you have the time to sell those single cards.
Yeah, and it's going to be a function of what you're selling and your pricing. Certain singles are just going to be a lot more liquid, sell quicker, especially if you're priced lowest on the market. Whereas some of them are going to be a little more niche, slow moving, especially if you're trying to get a little bit of a premium. But yeah, grind it out. Someday you'll have as many listings as old school Pokemon.
I don't know. Do you have a favorite set from the 2010s? Pokey Martin asked that. I do not. I don't. That whole mid era there. I couldn't tell you what set stood out to me more. I've never gotten into that.
I liked a lot of them. So one of my main goals when I got back into the hobby was to like go back through and open a box of everything. So I've opened every set aside from base set first edition English. So 2010s, that's Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Or yeah, from the 2010s. So that's beyond like Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. I was gonna say, before I knew what sets exactly, some of those Diamond and Pearl sets were pretty fun. I'm bad with them though. Like I transact so little in them. I have so few of it. I really mix the sets up. But there's a lot of cool art. I had that return a couple months ago with a lot of the mid-era stuff that I just never see. And that was a really fun return. So I can't really pick out a favorite set. I guess Call Legends was really cool with the SL subset at the end. Kind of a unique thing. Black and White era, you get into a little bit. Plasma Storm was cool with the Charizard and Blastoise secret rares. I just think 25 years of Pokemon, and there's just so much great stuff throughout it. I'm not one who, there's certain people that are WotC only, EX era only. I'm easy to please. I enjoy all of it. It's been 25 years of hits, in my opinion.
What a politician response you gave there.
I just love it all.
Dylan, is there any money in older energy cards? No.
Base set first edition energies go for like a couple $100. I still don't fully understand it, but yeah, there are like, I don't know how much older you're talking, but like there are some obscure champion stamped double colorless energies. I want to say those are probably some of the most expensive energy cards in the hobby.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Then there are like metal energy, rainbow energy.
Oh, that's true. I was thinking like the basic energies.
Metal energy is Neo. Is that Neo Genesis? One of the Neo sets, and then rainbow energy is Rocket. Those are harder to grade. So some of those in 10 are, there are 4-figure energy cards out there.
Oh yeah.
If you're
like the one from Rockets, that one's a really low pop.
Yep.
Yeah, so stuff like that would be worth to grade if it was in good condition. But basic energies, probably not.
The next one, how big is your collection / resale area?
Too small.
That's exactly what I was going to answer. The answer is it's always too small. One thing that really helps me though, I offloaded a lot of stuff to Troll and Toad. They warehouse a lot of my product, which is really nice to free up more space. That's the only comment I wanted to add to that one, but too small is always the answer.
Yeah, the reason, depending upon how long you've been, if you are subscribed, or I would assume since we're doing the live on my channel, but depending upon how long you've been subscribed to my channel, I used to do these kind of sit down videos upstairs in my office, but I've since come down here to the basement to do these videos because the room upstairs, my office, has quickly run out of space, and even this room right here is quickly running out of space. So
yeah, what is it like? Is it goldfish? There's certain fish that grow to the size of their containment. When you're a Pokemon business, you grow to like 3 times the size of your containment, and it just spills out everywhere. Even with Troll and Toad taking a lot of my stuff, I just don't have enough space in general.
Gonna have to we're gonna have to go in on a warehouse together.
PokeKid92 has a question about EV of sealed. Do you guys think sealed is overvalued? I feel like the EV is always lower than the sealed unless you hit the biggest chase card. I think that's the way it's intended to be. Especially when you're buying at retail. The most cost-effective way to get the cards you want is to just buy them. Especially with how big the modern sets are and how low the pull rates are of certain specific chase cards. That's just like the natural way that it's going to be. One thing that's always thrown me is how, and it's probably because they printed so much, but like WotC has long been in a place where you can just open vintage boxes that were printed 20 years ago and sell the 36 packs for more. Like there's very little, if any, sealed premium, I guess, except for a sealed case of 6 base first edition booster boxes. There's $1 million premium on that apparently, but yeah, modern sealed, that's kind of the way it's supposed to be. It's like a little bit of a lottery, right? If you get lucky, you can pay it all in one card. If you don't, generally speaking, you lose money.
That was like Pat Flynn did a cool video, Deep Pocket Monsters, where he opened all of the Sword and Shield ETBs. I don't know if you saw that one, but he opened all the ETBs, and at the end he went over the values of them, and it was crazy to see like the value of the hit cards that he pulled from the ETBs. The majority of them were like $5 to $20 after he opened it. He did pull the Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates, so that one had a value of like, it was like $130 or something like that. But all the rest of them, they were like, the values were cut in half at least. Some of them even worse. But yeah, aside from that, I would agree with pretty much agree with everything you said there. Speaking of agreeing and disagreeing, we have some juicy questions for the podcast on Wednesday.
Oh.
This could be the last podcast with the two of us on Wednesday.
I haven't even looked at my comments, I don't think, yet.
We got some good ones. That'll be a fun podcast.
That's exciting.
Here's a good one.
John with another heavy-hitting question.
What Pokemon cards have trended towards transitioning from selling products to your collection? And what products have trended out of your collection and into selling, and why? For the money or interest? So from selling to my collection, The only card that I had for sale that I removed and put into my collection was a CGC 10 Charizard Illustrator, like the Japanese Charizard Illustrator. And I thought someone would buy that for, I think I had it on eBay for $300 or best offer, and I didn't get a single offer on it. So I finally just took it off of eBay and put that into my own collection because CGC 10s are really, really hard to find. But aside from that, I've never really bought in something intended for resale and then later added it into my own collection. At least as far as I can remember. There's been a few cards where I've like upgraded my binder sets. So I guess you can consider that. Like depending upon the condition of the card that I got in and the condition of the card in my binder set, I might have upgraded like a couple of those, but nothing too crazy. How about you, Dan?
Yeah, for me, Scott's mentioned it many times. Sell quickly what you can replace easily and sell infrequently what you can't replace. And I've always trended. So like, hopefully it doesn't come across the same or the wrong way, but the products that trend into my collection, it has to do with dollars and interest. And it's not because I'm only interested in money, but I'm interested in the things that are most interesting, the things that are harder to get. I'm interested in the full art Pikachu set for the chase. And I'm interested in older Japanese promos for the chase. The reason they go up in value is because of the chase and because how much rarer and more scarce they are. So it's like the dollars and the interest align, but not for like the bad reasons of just chasing money and all that. So like these cards, I like it.
Those are definitely staying in your collection.
I've got 100 of them right now, and I'm not gonna just like lock away any amount of them in my collection because I can always get more. These cards, there's 10,000 of them in PSA 10 or whatever the number is. I've got over 100 of them sealed in hidden or Champions Path Elite trainer boxes. I've got all these 10s already graded. I've got a bunch of sealed ones falling out of every drawer everywhere. So I'm selling those because they're everywhere and they're easy to get. And I'm selling my Charmanders but I still enjoy the cards. The things that I'm not selling are the things that I can't fill my display case with and aren't falling out from everywhere. And so that's why the dollars and the interest aligns. Michael Gerber, kind of a quick one, asked, what's the best way to take pictures of your cards? Scanning is really good. If you get, there's a really good thread on E4 that explains the difference between CIS and CCD scanners. I don't remember which one's the good one, but try to find that. And one of them is just better because the card doesn't really lay flat on the glass. The card is like inside of the case, slightly elevated off the glass. So certain types of scanners are better at picking that up. But if you don't want to go the whole scanner route, a light box is a good option as well. So I think those are the two best ways probably.
In one of I forget the video he mentioned it, but in one of Pokemon Classic's recent videos, he has an affiliate link to Amazon and one of the light box that he recommends. I actually recently bought that and have been using that for my eBay consignment listings, and that is awesome. I would highly recommend that one if you can find that on his channel. But scanning, I might give scanning another shot. I started out scanning with the consignment listings, but it just took so long to scan cards. So I switched over to the light box, which I think looks really good. And then I saw TCA Gaming's video on the scanner that he has, and I might look into doing a setup like him.
Four cards at once.
Yeah,
that was nice. Yeah,
he had Pokemon or Poké Dreamer or whatever his name is make up that little 4-card display that he just pops right into the scanner.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't seem like too bad of a process.
Yeah.
When's my Harry Potter opening coming? No comment. The original seller. So I bought like 2 boxes of Harry Potter cards to open and try out sending a few into CGC to grade and stuff like that. The original seller canceled on me for some reason. So I bought another 2 and two of the base set ones, whatever. Like the first set. And those have been stuck in the mail for like a week now. So hopefully I'll get those at some point. But that video will come at some point.
John asked if we see serialized cards selling for more than prominent trophies. Absolutely. Not all of them. Not all of them, but like Hidden Fates Charizard is in BGS 10 condition. So like a mass printed card that's condition rarity, but it isn't even that rare by condition. What is there, over 100 black labels? And the card peaked at 10,000 out of the gate, and it fell all the way down to 2 or 3. It's still a $6,000 or $7,000 card. That is more than a lot of like trophies, not real trophies, but like that is. There was a PSA 7 champion stamped Tropical Wind, or whichever one it was, that recently went at PWCC. That's a card that there's like 6 or 12 of in the world. If a serialized Charizard comes out that's 1 of 10, 1 of 25, hell, 1 of 1. If a 1 of 1 Charizard comes out, if we go PMG route, Marvel, I think gold is 1 of 1, and then like green, blue, red, 10, 25, 50, whatever they are. If we get a 1 of 1 Charizard, that thing is going to be crazy. And I don't know how I feel about that, but I wouldn't be a buyer. I would be a seller, a happy seller. But yeah, I think they would get stupid prices. How about you? I mean,
I can see like something like that. I could see like a low end trophy card. But if you're comparing it to like an Illustrator or Trophy Kangaskhan or one of like the Polar Pikachu's, something like that, I don't think so.
I could see a 1 of 1 Charizard. If a 1 of 1 Charizard came out tomorrow and it got graded PSA 10, that could be $50,000.
I don't know if it would go that high.
I hate to say it, and it makes me feel yucky, but like Hidden Fates Black Label Charizard is $7,000. You don't think a 1 of 1 Charizard is going to be at least 20 or 30?
I would say between 10 and 20.
If so, then it's a deal. That is a bargain relative to a lot of other cards. I would rather pay 15 for a 1 of 1 Charizard than touch a Black Label Charizard anywhere north of $1,000. Like, relatively speaking, that would be an absolute bargain.
I would not pay anywhere near that money.
Oh, I wouldn't. If I had to have 2 Black Label Hidden Fates Charizards or 1 of 1 PSA 9.
Yeah,
PSA
when you put it that way,
I'd much rather. I'd rather have 1 of 1 Charizard than 20 Black Label Hidden Fates Charizards. That's over $100,000.
Yeah, but it's easy to say. Would you rather have these cards or this one card? We're talking about how much would people be willing to spend on this one card, and I don't think they'd be. I don't think people would pay $20,000 or more for that card.
There's so much money in the hobby.
You could buy for $20,000.
I mean, for obviously Pokemon is way smaller than sports and prices and all that, but Charizard is the Mike Trout, is the Luka Doncic, is the LeBron James, Michael Jordan, whatever. Like those guys in one of ones that they print like every year, I think, those are multi-million-dollar cards. So for me, like, yeah, I think it would be a stupid number. And I think not the Illustrator, not the Pika trophies, the original ones, but like, I think it would be vying with the full art Pikachu trophies and the half art Pikachu trophies potentially.
That'd be absurd to me.
It would be absurd, but isn't it absurd that Black Label Hidden Fates is $7,000?
That is true. That is true.
It's a crazy world we live in. John with some real spicy questions.
Oh boy.
No, that was his again. I didn't see another one yet.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Basic has a good one.
Where's his?
10:36 it was. We're like 15 minutes behind. That's what I've been tracking it. But at one point we got to where we were only like 5 minutes behind chat. And now we're 15 minutes behind after that long rant. I think that's me. Sorry. Why don't we, after we do this one, why don't we draw at least our Instagram winner?
Yeah, we should probably do that at some point.
Because our finale, we had the Instagram, and then we had like the YouTube for the finale.
Yeah.
So, do you want to start here? Or do you want me to go first?
For what? Answering the question or doing the drawing?
For basic.
Question. You can go ahead.
So I would like to see both of you make an argument for Pokemon collectibles, vintage slabs, and sealed product not being worth what they are today in 10 to 20 years. Thanks, guys. Pokemon is weird. So Magic, MetaZoo, comics, a lot of other things. The earliest is the rarest. Alpha Magic. There are 1,100 of each rare. Kickstarter, MetaZoo, like. So in other hobbies, it's more cut and dry. The earliest, most desired, the true first of the first edition was the lowest printed. So like it's very clear in those hobbies what should be the most expensive. And it's the most expensive by far. Pokemon has this weird thing where out of the gates, which side am I on? Out of the gates, it was printed. WotC is way up here. And then we had that huge lull in the middle where the print runs were substantially lower. And now we're way back up. So I don't think it's going to be the case. Like I'm not making an argument of what I think is going to happen. But Basic asks that we make a case for the prices going down from here. So maybe we find out that like left and right boxes are being broken and the supply is seemingly never ending. Maybe the supply is way deeper than we realize. I think it's deeper. And Jake from Pokenomics, we've had this discussion. We had this discussion over a year ago. I've seen people estimate that there are like less than 100 base set first edition boxes out there. I remember Gary throwing a number out that was like less than 50 or something like that.
No way.
Well, doesn't Gary owns like 9, right? Or 6 or 9?
Gary has 9.
Logan Paul owns 11. Pokemon owns 1. Like if I kept rattling them off, I could get to 25 to 30.
Oh yeah, easily.
There's over 100 base set first edition boxes left, if not hundreds. There are thousands of every fossil, rocket, jungle, first edition boxes out, in my opinion. Could there be 10,000? I wouldn't, maybe. So like the case for these things not being worth as much in 20 years as today, maybe there's way more than we realize. Maybe there's 30,000 of these boxes left. Jungle, fossil, base unlimited, those ones. And maybe like the openings just never end. Maybe interest moves on. Maybe Pokemon moves into serialized things and people are buying one of one Charizards for $100,000 and base set first edition just hangs out at like 300,000 where it is now and doesn't really go up much from there. I don't think it's going to happen, but like that's kind of the case for it. The supply being way deeper than we realize. In other hobbies, like the interest always migrates towards the first. But part of that is because the first is like the rarest, the scarcest, whereas in Pokemon, it's not. So maybe Pokemon bucks the trend and becomes like the one thing where the oldest doesn't become the most valuable because it's not remotely the scarcest. And it's definitely not. So yeah, that's, to me, that's the case. Or some like crazy metaverse NFT, everyone just quits caring about physical and everything becomes digital and NFTs to the moon, physical. No one wants it.
Yeah,
those are my two cases. And
you stole my, because I was trying to think of one, and I had thought of like NFTs and all that stuff being the new hot collectible and like physical collectibles fizzling out, but I guess I can't mention that now. So outside of that, in the next 10 to 20 years, it's tough. I could almost make a realistic argument in like the long term of like vintage Pokemon dying out in the long term, just because outside of our generation, you don't have the people who grew up with base, jungle, fossil, all that stuff. So there's not that childhood connection to it. And then with the pricing increasing of WotC, a lot of people get out of price and just go for the cheaper options with modern Pokemon. So I can definitely see something like that happening. But that would be more so the long term. 10 to 20 years. I would just go with, I cannot think of a single thing that would make vintage go down outside of what you said, where someone comes across like a warehouse full of WotC boxes.
I mean, there were like hangars of WotC printed, like airplane hangars.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like maybe they filled one hangar and then they forgot about it and it'll be found. And so like just tens of thousands of boxes of every jungle first edition, rocket first. I don't think it's happening, but that's what it would take, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a good question. So you want to do the Instagram giveaway now?
Yeah, we could do that. I'm multitasking over here, reading all the comments after my unpopular opinion.
I saw you talking ill of The Matrix.
I those movies are boring to me.
I didn't see the newest one. Is the newest one out?
I couldn't even tell you. The new Spider-Man. I saw that the other day. That is really good.
I think a new one came out. I really liked The Matrix. The sequels were fine, but not as good. I didn't see the brand new one, if it's even out. But yeah, imagine a future where like it's an interesting thing. There's actually a Black Mirror episode where you can almost like plug yourself into some alternate reality. I think it was called San Junipero or something. And there was some like there was some chronically ill hospital patient who, instead of like living in the real world and being chronically ill, they like uploaded their conscience to this Matrix like thing where they were in San Junipero and it's several years old, so sorry if that's like spoilers for anyone or anything, but that's like
just giving it
fairly
away.
early on in the episode. You see what's going on there, and in the next 10 to 20 years, maybe we transition into something where it's like, screw this life where I have to like get up and work and do stuff. I can just plug my brain into some alternate reality metaverse where I can do whatever I want to do and be whatever I want to be. And I think a lot of people would do that if it were an option. Crazy stuff, interesting stuff. But yeah, like imagine if you could just plug yourself into the Matrix and be Neo and do whatever you wanted to do. And
oh, you're going too deep on me there.
Getting real deep. Ernesto, Dan going deep. Peak Gat True said I already signed up for the Neuralink pre-order. And Dan Roth said I was right. That's San Junipero. I love the Black Mirror series, and so many things going on today make me realize I need to like revisit it and rewatch them. I love that series.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's on Netflix, and it was like 10 years ago, I want to say. And just like I want to say they varied from like 40 minutes to maybe an hour and a half, like long episodes, short movie type thing. Each kind of standalone, but generally like on the same topics of technology. And I think Black Mirror is in reference to like when your phone screen is off, you're looking at yourself in a black mirror. But yeah, let's we got a little off topic, a little deep there. Interesting conversations and topics, I think, though. I'm ready to go on my end. I don't know if you have. I kind of did that in the background while you were talking at various points.
Yeah, I gotta set mine up. You can go first. I was gonna ask what you checked off.
So yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, let me share again. I'm gonna share a window, Instagram. Pop it up when you find it. It looks like it's there. There we go.
Yep.
So on the 20th, I posted the finale giveaway. I have 191 total comments. If I filter duplicate names, it goes down to 180. I'm not going to filter on a specific text. But we did do where you had to tag 3 people, right?
Yeah.
So comments should have a minimum number of mentions, tagging 3 people. So that brings it down to 178. And yeah, that should be everything, right?
I think so. I think that should be good.
I can include comment replies, but that didn't add anybody. So yeah, that should be good to go. And again, I'm assuming we haven't used the Instagram picker, but I'm assuming it's going to go right to the winner. So good luck, everyone. And the winner is pokeplace.ne.
There we go.
And they tagged 3 people. So yeah, if you're on here, feel free to message me on Instagram, email, whatever. If not, I'll share a story tomorrow with your username, tag you, and we can go from there. So I will unshare now.
Okay. So you got a lot more comments than me. People who did it on my Instagram have a better chance of winning.
Yeah. There you go.
So I got it set up the same. Include comment replies. Comment should have a minimum number of mentions. We did 3 filtered duplicate names. Total number of comments 120. So we'll go ahead and start the raffle. See who wins. Java Kuma. Awesome. Congratulations. And we will, like Dan said, we'll do an Instagram story. or Instagram post of all the winners at some point tomorrow. I am not looking forward to tomorrow myself.
A lot of shipments.
I have a ton this weekend from this weekend. I don't know what happened.
I
was expecting a slow weekend, but that was not the case.
I think it's just a lot of people home, hanging out, relaxing, hitting eBay with those eBay gift cards they got for Christmas.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I've got like 40 or so, which is pretty decent for me.
That's good for you, yeah.
Yeah,
you've been going hard on the listings lately.
Those are rookie numbers for Nick.
It's a slow day over there for me.
Yeah. Back to the probably do another round of questions, right? And then save the ultimate giveaway. Oh, and I forgot to mention, mine was for the Ultra Premium Collection.
And mine was for the Hidden Fate tin or ETB.
Pop back into some questions. Chat's pretty lively still, I think.
Oh yeah.
If you've got a time you've got to cut it at, just let us know and we can plan for there and do the final giveaway towards the end.
Yeah, no, so far we're doing good. Having fun so far. If I get bored of hearing from people in the chat, we'll cut it.
If people keep picking on me too much, Ernesto's let up on trying to kick me out because I've been giving stuff away, so I still have something to offer him. So Dylan Moore asked a question that I've been getting a little bit more recently. Do either of you do consultation, like on other people's collections, to evaluate for total value, or just an in general opinion on maybe what cards to send for grading versus selling raw? So I'm still a pretty small channel, and I answer a lot of questions for free. I don't have any kind of a consultation service. I am affiliated with Pokénomics Patreon, where for $10 a month you get access to like a Discord and monthly Zoom conversations. Nick and I have the bi-weekly podcast as well, where we do a Q&A for free. We're answering questions right now for free. But like as far as getting really in depth, if someone offers me a collection to buy from them, I mean, I'll come up with an offer and I'll pay, which would give you a general idea of value. But yeah, I don't directly offer any kind of a consultation service. And sometimes I have potential collections come to me for sale that are just masked. I want to get you to value this for free. So that's a little tough. And I don't always like move ahead with making an offer. I don't know if you run into that at all, but like even being really small, there are times where I can tell, I want you to make me an offer on this collection that I don't intend to sell you, so I have a general idea of what it's worth.
Yeah, I get those messages a lot more now on Instagram than in the past, but usually similar to what you said. If it's someone looking to sell a collection, I'll go through, take my time, price everything out, give them an offer. If it's someone like what you said, just kind of firing out messages to everyone looking for offers, those people I just ignore.
Yeah,
I don't even respond to those messages. Like if it's like you because you could tell on those, they'll like send a quick message accepting offers on this and then a picture and that's it. So if it's something like that, I usually just ignore those. But if it's someone who says like, "Hey Nick, what's up?" and then goes, "I have such and such, I'm looking to sell," those ones I'll usually get back to.
One of the key things, and I just told someone this today, I think in Discord, was asking, if something is advertised as "make an offer to me," I have this for sale, make an offer. Like generally when someone is selling something, they have a price.
Yeah.
There's this meme that I saw where somebody I've seen multiple variations of it, but somebody goes to like a food truck and they're trying to buy like a hot dog or a hamburger. And they're like, well, how much is the hamburger? PM for price. PM for price, or like make an offer.
Yep, I've seen that too.
If you're looking to sell something, generally speaking, if you're the one initiating the contact, you should be the one to like throw out the first number. Like, Nick, if I want to buy that fossil sheet from you, I'm not going to say, hey, I want to buy your sheet. How much is it? Like, you don't even have it listed anywhere. It just exists in your background. If you want to buy one of my lovely PSA 10 Charizard Vs, you would expect, like, you would shoot out an offer, and I would probably decline it because it's just too premium of a card that I'm trying to stockpile. But yeah, like when I list this for sale on eBay, I put out a price. The one initiating the contact, the one initiating the transaction, whether the buyer or the seller, is the one who should start with some kind of a price.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be firm. Like, it can be high and it can be your best offer, but like when somebody comes to me with a collection unpriced, like it's tougher, and it's something that usually doesn't lead to a successful transaction.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't stand. I just recently, there was something that I wanted to buy on Facebook. I forget what it was. But it was another one of those posts like, I have this for sale, make an offer. So usually I won't bother with those posts because the person's not really interested in selling. But with this one, I did make an offer on it, and the guy goes, the guy said, you have the highest offer. If I don't get any more offers over the next couple of days, I'll let you know. And I can't stand people who do that. I don't know if someone else offered more or if the guy just forgot about me or what, but I never looked back into that. So
I've had where I've thrown an offer out, and I always tell people, I'm like, you can sleep on it, you can do whatever you want, but if things start moving, like say it's a Rocket first edition box and I offer $8,000 or something, my offer isn't like, you need to take this in 10 seconds or it's gone. But to an extent, it's like this offer has some expiration, because if one comes on eBay tomorrow for $8,000, I'm going to buy it, and then I'm not going to want a second one.
Yeah.
Or if one auctions for $6,500, whether I win it or not, I'm not going to want it at $8,000 anymore because the price just changed. So I've had people where I've thrown out an offer. Nope, I don't want that. I've got higher offers. And then 3 months later, oh yeah, I'll take that. That offer doesn't exist anymore. Today I'll give you this. Sometimes though it does. Sometimes they come back 3 months later. Oh yep, price seems reasonable. Like, I'll still take it for that.
Yeah.
So it's not like an indefinite thing that just lasts forever, and it's not. Like, the market is constantly moving, and my amount of free capital is moving too. Like if I make an $8,000 offer on this, if I spend $100,000 tomorrow on some crazy collection that I didn't expect to get, well, I'm gonna have less free capital to be playing around with. So like,
yep,
things change minute by minute sometimes.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then the whole like evaluating other people's collections, that's too hard to do over pictures.
Yeah.
I don't think that's anything I would ever want to do. Like offer like appraisals. That's the word I was looking for.
It's hard enough on singular graded items. Like if somebody came to me and said, this one card, what is it worth? I could show you the recent sales. I could show you the current listings. I could tell you what I'd pay you. But if I run this at auction today, if I run it through Nick, if I run it through James, if I run it on my own auction, if I run it through Heritage, PWCC, Golden, the price is going to be different. Like, these are not, this isn't like Apple stock that you can just Google it and you can come up with a buy-sell spread and like there's instant liquidity at a singular set price. All these items, and that's a single graded card. Now when you come to me with a tote that has like 6 binders in it. Some cards potentially PSA 10, some cards potentially PSA 6s, some cards like there's no easy, clean way to value it. Like if you want to sell it and you know what you want, reach out to me and I might buy it. But if you want to sell it and you have no idea what it's worth and you can't set a price, I probably can't help you. But if I can help you, I'll do it for free at this time. I like I know people
you're gonna get flooded with messages after the stream.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I know people who do consultations for money. I don't think I have the scale of like online presence that I'd get enough demand for that. But yeah, what I just said, tomorrow I might be charging $300 an hour because I've got 1,000 new messages saying, "Hey, value my stuff." But yeah, that's where I stand on it. I don't, for the foreseeable future, ever anticipate being someone who will do that on like a fee basis because I think it's just too complex of a thing. I wouldn't want to charge someone for that because it's not gonna be like A plus B plus C, your collection's worth this. It's a very nuanced, and then as Nick said, like photos only, videos only, whatever, you can't properly.
Mm-mm.
If you're selling stuff, I might buy it. Other than that, eBay completed listings are your best bet. And if it's raw stuff, it's hard because the condition is so wide varying.
Yeah.
If it's super cheap bulk, it's easy. Troll and Toad Pokemon buy list and see what they're paying for 2 cents a card for commons and uncommons or whatever. 1 cent for energies, or that stuff's easy. Oh, we're like way behind.
I know. I was down at the bottom reading some of the reading some of the questions while you were talking there.
Let's like rapid fire a couple.
Okay.
So Lord, I'm continuing down from where we were. Lord Pokebloke, do you all know if staff stamped or unstamped English Champions Festival, Tropical Beach, etc. have more copies printed? I don't know if this means extra copies. I think it's safe to say nearly everything has extra copies to some extent. Art Academies, illustrators, PK Ono, Picano, whatever. If you're asking, are there more festivals or more tropical beaches? World's attendance is generally speaking going to align with like general popularity. So I would think 2019 was probably one of the most attended worlds, if not like it. I'm fairly confident it probably was, and the next one will probably be bigger. So like festivals were more recent. I would think there's a lot more festivals than beaches. And I think if you want to just use like a barometer for that, Pokemon every year puts out how many cards they printed. Last year they printed like 3.6 billion or whatever. Every year, just look at how many they printed that year. In that worlds, like that's going to be relatively proportional, I would think.
Very loosely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just getting into what people would pay for a 1/1 Charizard.
Yeah.
So Basic would keep it. Yeah, a Mothman sample 1/1 went for $40,000 or 1/100.
1/100, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point.
Charizard, right, like when I said 50 grand, I think I was being like uber conservative. That's why I was surprised you said like 15 to 20.
I don't know. I cannot wrap my head around that.
Mothman went for 40.
I don't understand that one either. Oh, here you go.
J-Man would trade their house.
If I can click on it. There's a good one for you.
Is that? Oh, okay. I just got to it too. So I think Pokemon, long before they would get into NFTs, I would think they would do serialized cards first. But that could change. If NFTs really like take the world by storm in the next couple of years and Pokemon hasn't yet gotten to serialized, maybe Pokemon dips their toes into NFTs first. I would doubt it. I would definitely think serialized cards would come first. But yeah, what MetaZoo is doing is all the owners of their NFTs early next year are going to get like a physical promo card numbered to match the NFT, which is part of the reason that I'm dabbling in the NFT space with MetaZoo, because they're tying it into physical, which I like. NFTs are kind of scary and crazy to me, but when you tie it back to physical, some kind of real world utility, that like it like helps ease the transition.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the way to do it. If you're doing something with NFTs, it's got to have a physical aspect to it. Just the NFT itself, I don't understand.
Did you see like the thick Pikachu and thick Charizard NFTs that floated around? I don't know if those were real or just some kind of meme going on. Like
I didn't even see those.
Clearly bootleg versions of cards that obviously don't exist, and they were made into NFTs as like I don't know. I remember seeing some articles that they supposedly sold for a bunch of money, and I'm assuming that was all just people trading between their two wallets and nonsense. So yeah,
yeah, I can't see Pokemon getting into NFTs.
No.
I think they're already doing well enough where they don't have to think about branching out and trying something new.
A lot of Matrix. Do not watch the new one, it's bad. Yeah, now we're in Black Mirror.
Well, why StreamYard? Because we are not good with technology, and StreamYard is easy to use.
Yeah, I like this. This seems nice. We use Zoom for like our podcast recordings, which works well. This seems to work really well too. Zoom, so this is free to go live. You just get that little duck up in the corner. Zoom, you have to pay to go live on.
Yeah.
So what time are you at right now?
I'm at 11:05.
Okay, so we're in the same. Oh, okay, I see the one now. So yeah, Peak Dat Shoe. We did talk about the Logan stream. I guess one thing we didn't mention. Did you did the Going Twice Pokeju one? That one it took them like 2 hours to start. There were technical difficulties, but they ironed everything out for the Logan Paul one, which I was really impressed with. I was worried with how the Pokeju Going Twice one went.
Yeah. No, I figured they would be sure to make sure, or they would make sure that everything was going to be set for that one.
It would have been a big expensive blunder to have that be non-functional, because
oh yeah
like Pokeju and Going Twice, they hung out and they like waited 2 hours and got it going, and on Christmas Day I don't think the viewership was going to wait around and hang out long, and I don't think Logan Paul had 2 hour block to like screw around, and so they did really well with that. I was really impressed. A little bit underwhelmed with like I would have expected more viewers, but it was still the little bit that I tuned in went well.
Yeah, the giveaway function now that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to using that. I think that was a good idea. Whatnot's doing a lot of the right things.
Yeah, I love what they're doing right now as a consumer solely. Like I've not sold on it. I don't think I will anytime soon. But I've bought into breaks, and it's a cool platform.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, we were just talking about this question. There's our thoughts right there. But to elaborate a little bit further, there definitely are certain sellers that are very pushy and that kind of definitely lie, like straight up lie to their audience. So you do have to be careful about that kind of stuff. Like there's certain, I don't know of anyone in particular, but some sellers will be like so say like you're auctioning some random, like say you're auctioning like a celebrations pack. Retail on this on eBay is $5. So say the auction's at $5, they'll be saying stuff like, "Oh, it's only at $5. It's such a steal." When in actuality, that's like the going rate. So you do have to be careful with some sellers. I really can't stand people who do that when they know that they're getting full market value for it, and they're just trying to get a little bit more for people from people who don't know like the market value of the card. And you really don't have time to look up what does this card go for, because you only have a minute or two before the auction ends. So you do have to be careful and not get too caught up in what the seller's saying, unless you're in my stream. Then
Thankfully, I've not run into that, but I have heard other people mentioning that certain sellers get really pushy, and some of the weird duck race, spin the wheel.
I can't stand all that.
That really, it's like, if you spend this much, you get a spin on a wheel, this odds of winning some. It's like, it's just gambling.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I'm selling this card, you're spending money and you're getting this if you win. If I tell you we're gonna at X amount of dollars, which is always above like the market price for whatever it is. So if you spend an extra $100, you get a 1 out of 4 chance of spinning the wheel and winning this card. It brings back like the whole Instagram, Facebook raffle thing, selling 100 slots for $10 on an item that's worth $800 and getting 1,000 for it instead. And it's just layered gambling. And yeah, I think the service should be, we have a box and we're breaking it, selling the 36 packs, or we have cards that we're going to show you and you buy them. When you add the layers to it, it just, not a big fan of that, but it's there.
But overall, it is a very good platform. I like it a lot. I gotta get better at doing more streams, being more consistent with that.
Pearson Yee asked us, what do we think about the new set Brilliant Stars? I've paid extremely little attention to it. I think there's a Charizard in it. I'm gonna buy everything I get allocated, but I have no further thoughts because I know very little about it.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I have not looked into it whatsoever.
I don't intend to open any of it at release either, unfortunately. I'm just still too backlogged. Maybe the next set after Brilliant Stars I'll finally be caught up, but probably not.
See, I'm the opposite. I am 99% sure that I'm gonna get back into selling singles with Brilliant Stars.
Oh, I'm definitely not. Ernesto shouting out Old School as being the best whatnot seller.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, thank you, Ernesto.
It was at 11:10.
Best comment of the night right there. Oh, and if you guys haven't entered the final giveaway yet, comment on our week 3 giveaway winner video. Just comment anything. Oh, here we go. If you have $250, would you buy a Sword and Shield booster box, VMAX Climax, Marnie collection box, Ultra Premium, pre-order case build and battle box, or Charizard EB Premium Collection exclusive?
So if I answer this from the collecting side, I'm a consumer, I have $250 and I can put it all into one of these things, I'd buy the Ultra Premium collection. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Generations. If this is a question of like investment buys, what should I buy? I don't really have an answer for that. I guess maybe also the Ultra Premium collection, but buy what brings you the most joy out of those. And for me, UPC for sure.
Yeah, I would be the same on that one. Ultra Premium all the way, as both a collector and investor. Those have actually come down a decent bit. I've been surprised on that.
Yeah, I think
those are around $200 now.
Yeah.
200, 225.
But I did just get I'm terrible. Time is a strange concept and it's hard to like remember, but like a week or so ago, I think I got another wave of them.
Really?
Maybe 2 weeks. I think so. I don't know.
I didn't get any more. Lucky.
I want to say I got like 8 more.
Man.
It could have been like 2 months ago and I'm just completely thrown for time. I'm trying to quickly look at my Troll and Toad submission. Yeah, on the 20th, I got 4 more.
Nice.
Less than a week ago. So Pokey Martin had one, two after Nathan's.
There we go.
A month is quick.
Oh, I think you would be out 50K in a month.
Yeah. So I just bought like next week or maybe the following week, I'm going to have a big video, probably a series of videos. From Heritage, I bought a couple lots around $40,000. It took me 6 weeks to get them from when I bought them. So like within a month, I would turn 50 grand into zero because I would buy something and I wouldn't even start selling it. Like I've had those cards for a week or two now. I haven't even taken pictures of them yet. I haven't listed them anywhere. Like that's how slow and how backlogged I am. So I'm confident that I would turn 50 grand into zero, buying a big collection and then not even having it listed within a month.
Yeah, a month is really quick. There's not much you can do in a month.
Like best case scenario, I would think I buy a big, like I call up my distributor and I say, hey, look, I know that you're charging me $86.50 for a box, but I'm going to buy a pallet. I'm going to put in 50 grand of Chilling Reign. And then maybe I could like just wholesale blow it out at $78, or maybe I could make $1,000 or $2,000 on like a super quick thin margin flip. Yeah. But probably not even.
Yeah.
And if you could make $1,000 in a month on 50 grand, that's really good. That's 2% in a month. Like that's not what people want to hear though. Like I want to hear about how I can double it in a month or like make 10%. 2% in a month is massive. Like if you can do that every month, that's 24, 25%. Like
that's not I don't know. I don't think that's that good. If you're making $1,000 a month, that's only $12,000 a year.
Well, that's like on 50. Like if you can just guaranteed do that, I guess it depends on how much work it is. And if you're buying 50,000 $1 singles, and it's like
that's true. If it's like one item,
but when I'm buying
or something that you can send to Troll and Toad and just
yeah, when I'm buying stuff for my Troll and Toad inventory, if I spend like 50 grand is a lot to tie up all at once. But if I'm spending 5 grand, say, like I just recently bought, I'm going to spill them, showing them probably. I just recently bought like Primal Clash, Furious Fists, Roaring Skies, Ancient Origins, a big inventory of like XY era packs just to stock my Troll and Toad. I spent like 5 or 10 grand. And if that, like, I'm sending it to Troll and Toad, I'm not going to do any of the fulfillment, I'm not going to double my money on that with what I paid. But if I can make 10 to 20% over a year, like if I can turn 10 grand into 12 grand over a year, I'm super happy with that. And the way that works, that's 2% per month. That's 25% over a year. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, something like that where you're just sending it off and not dealing with it. That's definitely a good return right there.
But yeah, it's all relative. It all depends. Like if you're buying things that are where you've got to do a lot more with them, or fulfilling the orders yourself, more risk, things like that, then yeah, you want more of a margin too.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know? I think we both don't know. Do you know what 5 cards you're sending to PSA?
MetaZoo.
MetaZoo, get out of here.
I think so. Oh, if not, they might be like Delta Species cards from that master set I won at Golden a few months ago. I might send Flareon, Vaporeon, Jolteon, EXs, and then like Rayquaza, Dragonite, Reverse Hollows or something. Or Hollows. I need to look closer and see which ones are potential 10s.
Yeah, I'll definitely send either Aquapolis Reverse Legendary Collection Reverse Hollows, or Aquapolis or Skyridge Hollows. I broke up my binder sets a couple months ago, and I have all those cards sitting in semi-rigids waiting to go off to PSA. So I'll pick 5 of those cards to send off. I do like how they increased the declared value up to $1,000 for the economy service. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Swami is either in here or was in here. Merry Christmas, Swami.
21 minutes ago, he commented, "Merry Christmas, Swami." Peek That Shoe asked, "What's the biggest Christmas present to yourself you've had to tell yourself no to buying during the holidays, where your business sense has to override your personal wants?" So for me, this is really easy. PWCC and Heritage a couple months ago had #2 trainers, half arts. So I have the full arts, but I don't have any half arts, and I never have. I want them bad, but they're a lot of money. I was the second or third highest bidder on both of them through PWCC and Heritage. And then the #1 recently came up, and I didn't even bid because it scared me a little bit. I thought the #2s were going to go higher than they did. I didn't expect to be that close to winning them. And then when I was, I'm like, how much lower would the price have been if I wasn't a bidder, given that I was the second highest on at least one of them? That's a lot of money to tie up. I bid like 50 grand on the #2. And if I were to have won it, that's $50,000 less that I have to transact in my business day to day. That's a lot of money. So when the #1 came up, I told myself, don't touch it. Don't even bid on it. Even if it goes less than the 2s did, do not partake. It hurt a little bit, and I was hoping it just went to the moon, and I was hoping I would have like not been a player anyways. But like, yeah, that stung a little bit, but it was the right thing to do, I think.
I've been doing good about not buying much. I haven't, outside of like modern stuff from distributors, I haven't bought anything in like a month, I want to say. I'm just trying to get through everything I have. So I'm trying to force myself to not buy anything, which so far has been working out good. Hopefully that keeps up.
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I was almost bad with the number 2 half art Pikachus, but thankfully someone outbid me. Other than that, the things that I need, the things that I don't have yet are really expensive. So I haven't made any major collection acquisitions in quite a while. So I've been like forced to be good.
Yeah, I guess a small one outside of Pokemon for me would be I think we were talking about this on the stream earlier. I really want the new Titanic Lego set, but I refuse to pay over retail for that one.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait. I'm holding out on that one.
I don't know if I'm gonna say this right, but CLAI Cly Oliver. Do either of you collect ETBs? So I had earlier this spring a complete collection from Plasma Storm to current, and that was one of the things that I decided to move on from because I just had them in boxes. I didn't have space to display them. Now that I've done a nice office, I actually probably could have like built a shelf and piled them up, and I could have had it be my backdrop, but I moved on from it just because it was too bulky, too much space. I do really like them though. I like how the ETBs display a lot better than booster boxes.
Yeah, I was the same. I bought a decent bit off of you when you sold yours, and then I bought another decent bit off someone from Facebook, and so I have, I think I'm missing one Sun and Moon ETB. But then I kind of stopped, and I haven't done anything with them, so I'm missing some of the current Sword and Shield sets. I don't know if I'm going to keep continuing it, just because of all these extras that are coming out, like the Pokemon Center exclusive ones now.
And then like the premium ones, Zacian, Zamazenta.
Yeah, and those ones being different sizes is a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to keep doing ETBs. Plus they take up way too much space.
The early ones are pricey too. Like a lot of the market has softened. A lot of the market has pulled back from the highs. I don't think like Plasma Storm ETB has retreated much. Like certain times a lesser condition one will sell less than the last one, whatever. But the Primal Clash ETBs, the Roaring Skies, XY Base, those really early ones, Furious Fist, Plasma Blast, Plasma Storm, those are 4 figures, some of them well into the 4 figures.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but there's not many of those you can justify. Like you don't constantly see those ones for sale.
Right after that one, there's another one from Kai Oak Bacon. What's your opinion on low grade trophies, i.e., Pika Victory Medals, Gym Challenge, or cheaper stamped tropical cards? I like them. Little bit more chase than English set cards. So I own some of them, but as far as like, will they ever go to the moon or anything like that? I don't think so, really. But they're a cool, different kind of thing to collect if you exhaust everything in the set realm.
I like the victory medals. I think those have good artwork, and I like collecting those. I've been doing a PSA 9 set of those, the ones that I can find. Some of those are actually really hard to find. But yeah, I don't think those will do increase in price anything drastically in the near future.
Yeah. Manny asks, when are you going to do a RuneScape Twitch stream? Did you ever play RuneScape?
I never played, no.
So in Discord, we were talking about it a little bit recently. I actually made a thread on E4 a couple years ago, I think, when I got back into old school RuneScape. some of my like earliest buying selling experiences was on that game. Basically, it's like a MMORPG set in kind of medieval times where you can buy like different tiers of armor and food, and then like newer updates. There's all kinds of like magic and non-medieval things, but really cool game. And yeah. I probably not much of a Twitch streamer, so I'm free to talk RuneScape whenever you want to, but I probably won't be streaming it anytime soon. Lord Pokebloke, I actually, I had the game on a TV like behind my monitors.
Oh my goodness, you're not even paying attention to me.
Keeping an eye on it in the background. Well, it's semifinals, so like if I win this week, I'm in the finals, and both of my leagues, I'm there.
There we go. There we go.
I had a 95% chance to win this one matchup, and then just earlier the game ended, Dallas versus Washington. Dallas scored so much, like I had no shot of losing, and it came to where like I still won, but it was way closer than it should have been, because Dallas won like, what did they just win? 50 something to 56 to 14.
Jesus.
So yeah, thankfully I'm in the finals. Unfortunately, my favorite NFL team is the Jets. So he mentioned he's a Washington fan, so he's drinking right now. I'm a Jets fan, so yeah. Thankfully, I'm not like too much of a drinker. Otherwise, I'd be perpetually drinking.
I'm a Pats fan. Pats all the way.
One of those.
I've never even heard of that. I'm not good with errors.
Me neither. The Dialga G Level X Weakness and Resistance Error Card. No idea.
Well, I think we finally caught back up in the chat here.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah. Let's see. What's Scott?
Oh, I'm assuming he's going to be featured on Logan Paul's channel. I'm assuming Logan Paul bought a bunch of trophies from him. These questions have been like continually asked as Scott has peppered in more and more hints throughout his Patreon. And then more recently, there was an E4 thread about it, which was more public. So I guess I feel a little more comfortable talking about it because it's like publicly shared instead of privately. But at this point, I'm like quite confident that he sold Pikachu trophies like around the same time he was starting to drop hints in Patreon. He had a video like that same week on his YouTube where he had the 1 to 3 97 Pikachus, the 1 to 3 half art Pikachus, and the 1 to 3 full art Pikachus. If I had to guess, he sold those 9 cards to Logan Paul for more money than Logan Paul just paid on the case. Because Scott specifically said that the case was not the buy that he was hinting at, and he also said the case was not as much money.
Did he say that though? Because I know did like when Scott was talking about that in his Patreon, we knew about the $2 to $2.6 million case sale, whatever price that was. But we didn't know about the newest Logan Paul set. So did he go back and say that the trophies are more expensive than the $3.5 million?
He never said about the trophies. That's the part that's like.
Oh well, I'm almost certain that's what they are.
I'm in the thread right now. I'm trying to find the comment so I hate misquoting. I have a bad memory.
But yeah, I think it's too much of a coincidence, for me at least, that like you said, Dan, where he started talking about it in Patreon, and then that same week he has all those trophies at his house. I think when that video went public was when he was bringing the cards to, or getting the cards to Logan Paul. Because why else would you have all those cards in your house?
So here's 2 exact quotes from Scott on a public E4 thread. He said, "LOL, all I can say is this isn't the deal I was referring to in Patreon." And he said, "While this is a record for TCG, it still isn't the biggest purchase."
Okay.
And then this one came from the Patreon side, but in the Patreon Q&A, Peeked At You asked, he asked why Scott doesn't do collaborations, like why he doesn't come on to podcasts or anything like that. He basically said he doesn't have the time as part of it. Another is like he gets requests from people that he just doesn't think are genuine or whatever, like people trying to pull themselves up by associating themselves with him. And then another thing was like he might pop up on YouTube somewhere else. So I'm assuming that he's going to be in a video the same way that like when Logan Paul bought those 5 base first boxes, you could see some of the people were more involved than others, but I think like James had a cameo, right?
Yeah, yep.
James walking over to the table with the box, and I'm assuming there's going to be some kind of a video like that with Scott featuring in a little cameo.
I almost think it's going to be more like Gary when he sold the first base Charizard. Like them actually sitting down and talking about the cards.
Oh, it could be. Yeah, like maybe they get really in depth on it. Maybe it'll be I'm really interested to see, and I'm a stakeholder in that if the Pikachus were actually involved.
Yeah,
because
which they were.
Out of the potential 9 Pikachus that were involved, I own the 3 lowest tier ones. Well, I don't even think that's fully fair, because like I personally would value a full art number 1 more than like the half art number 2 or 3.
Oh, I'd value a full art number 1 more so than a full art or half art number 1.
And honestly, I'm of the same opinion in that I like the full arts more, like the art of them. But as far as like there's 6 of each of those by a year, the full arts versus 3 of the half arts, I could see the half arts being worth more. But to me, yeah, that's more speculative or whatever. But yeah, that's gonna be super hype.
Oh yeah, that'll be a fun video for sure.
I think he mentioned it would be.
I've heard
January, right?
Yeah, I've heard January. Let's hope that's true. Because I know the BGS 10 video took forever to release.
Yeah. Yeah, like 6 months or something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to pull up the post that I made because Scott liked it too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Congrats on all his 30K Bulbasaurs.
So I said, I quoted him when he said, "While this is a record for TCG, it still isn't the biggest purchase." And I quoted that remark and I said, teasing the SM Pratt /LP reveal video in the Q&A, and I said, GZ, like, congratulations. And he liked that comment, which if you know how likes on social media work, I mean, that's as confirmation as you can get, right?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh man.
Hey Brennan.
What's up, Crystal Pokemon? Glad to see you in here with us.
We still got 49 people hanging out?
Yeah, I can't believe it. Do we want to do the final giveaway?
I was just gonna say, I feel like midnight, the 3-hour mark, probably a good time to do that. And I mean,
and then we could keep hanging out afterwards.
Yeah, chat's definitely slowing down a little bit, but if it picks back up, if people have got more questions, feel free to leave it. But we probably should get to the main event for the stream, the main event for the night. Get that within the 3-hour window. Doesn't StreamYard limit us to like 5 hours or something?
Yeah, we can only stay live for 5 hours, so I didn't think we'd ever quite reach that point, but looks like
2 more hours tops, guys. So we'll get the business out of the way. We'll do the last giveaway winner. I think I've been going first all night. You want to do yours first?
Yeah, sure. So let me. I gotta get this set up first. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Some of us can't multitask over here.
I guess I'll grab another question or two if there's more. I do see one from Ernesto. Dan, would you sell trophies to influencers or no? This makes me think of a pretty interesting thing that I'll just comment on. I've seen some people I've made them offers and I've said I'd be buying for resale, so I'll pay you this percent of what I perceive it to be worth, and this is my offer. And I've literally gotten, oh, you're a reseller? Buy.
Man,
have you ever gotten that?
I have not, or not that I can remember.
I've gotten it, and to me, it's like, or have you ever gotten well, not have you ever gotten this, but have you ever seen the sentiment of like, oh, I want to make sure I sell it to a true collector. I don't want to sell it to somebody who might sell it someday. I want to sell it to somebody.
I have seen those types of posts. Yeah,
they're not allowed to sell it for X amount of years if they buy it from me, or like, to me, I don't care who it is. If their money's green, whoever's giving me the most, I'll sell it to them.
Exactly.
It's business. It's not going to hurt my feelings if I sell my 4 Pikachus and then someone doubles their money after me. Like, if and when I part with those cards, it's going to be for a big sum of money, like I presume Scott was able to do with his. It's going to be a number that puts me in a very good position. And then likely, if I ever do sell them, especially all at once, immediately some amount of that money is going to be plowed right back into Pokemon for sure. But yeah, I'm not going to be the guy to be like, I'll sell it to a true collector, but I won't sell it to an investor, flipper, scalper. I'll sell him to Collectibles Guru if he makes a good offer. I mean,
oh, he's one. Yes, I don't know about that.
if he told you, Nick, I'll buy all your no damage Ninetales for $2 million.
Well, if it's some absurd offer, then yeah.
I don't even know what they're worth, but like 3 times what they're worth.
I would do that. I would do that.
$500,000, $1 million, whatever the number is. Like, yeah. I mean,
yeah, definitely. Well, I got my YouTube thing set up here. I'm ready to go.
Okay, we can go back to the giveaway then. I figured I'd hit that spicy question while you were getting set up.
There we go. You'll read Pikachu's response too. I like that.
Oh yeah, the meme. I like that too.
So I got after filtering duplicate names, 135 unique comments for the finale giveaway, which is actually, so what did I give away? It's going to be a Hidden Fate ETB, Celebrations ETB, and a Japanese Celebrations booster box to whoever wins this one. So good luck to everyone. And we've got our, oh, hold on, wrong button, 135. Winner is PokeJohn808. Happy holidays again. Get some chestnuts roasting on an open fire. I like it. And happy holidays to you, PokeJohn.
One of your code words was fire, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, that was the nice thing about our finale giveaway. Entering into any of the preliminary ones got you into that finale. So
yes.
Congratulations to the winner there. I just have to say it quick before I forget it, but Ernesto said, Dan is ruthless. He will sell you beach at the sand. I'm assuming he meant sand at the beach. Ernesto's a riot.
I like it.
If I don't win, I'm gonna dislike the video.
Don't dislike this one. It's on my channel.
Only Nick will be able to see it. They're not public anymore.
I can't stand how YouTube did that.
Well, it's annoying. I don't think we ever commented on that, but I saw some other people like having been asked that in Q&As. And for me, like, I recently just put a new heating coil in my in-laws dryer. And like, I fixed my washing machine before, I fixed the TV, I fixed PlayStations. And every time I do something like that, I go to YouTube and I search for a video on it. And if the video's got 1,000 likes and 5,000 dislikes, I know that I'm not using that video to fix my dryer.
Yep.
Now if I go to it, it's like, oh, 1,000 likes, that's a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
exactly.
I can't see the 5,000 dislikes, so now I'm gonna like burn down my house because I'm following the wrong directions. But yeah, that's kind of a funny aside. Let me share my screen. We just ticked after midnight and I don't have my giveaway done, so let's get this done and then we can get into the wild comments more.
There we go. So I gotta give you permission.
There we go. So yeah, I've got my video still. You can still see my 3 earlier winners down there. I've included comment replies. I've filtered duplicate names. I'm not filtering on any text because you could comment anything. And then I'll just quickly show. Got an ultra rare low pop PSA 10 unlimited Charmander. We've got a PSA 10 Charizard coin. Pretty cool niche item. EV Heroes booster box. And the second UPC. So my grand finale winner is Omega Yen. Commenting Evolve. So yeah, same as everyone else. Congratulations. Thanks for entering. Thanks for being a part of our charitable drive endeavor this month. And reach out via email, Instagram, Discord, however you can find us.
There we go. Yeah, congratulations to everyone who won these giveaways.
Did we announce yet how many? Did we start the stream with how many new subs we had gotten, or no?
Yeah, we did start it with that.
Oh, okay. 3 hours in, I'm losing my mind. Wow, I've gotten 8 new subscribers while this has been going on.
How do you see how many subscribers you've gotten?
Well, I just looked on my phone.
Oh.
I had it written down.
Oh, I couldn't even remember. I wouldn't even know how many subscribers I had when we started. I have so many more than you. It's tough to keep track of.
You've got a whole extra digit there. Yeah, I started the stream at 9:53 and now I'm up to 961.
Nice. You might break 1,000 by the morning.
Whew. I'm gonna have to do something big for that.
Well, you better stay true to your promise. I don't know if I should reveal it.
Oh, no spoilers. It's not like a secret that I own them anymore, but yeah, at 1,000 viewers, I'm going to show a bit more of my collection, cards that I haven't really shown off directly. One of my full art Pikachus was actually hanging out in the background of a random video that a couple people noticed, but not too many.
Was it one or the whole set? I can't remember now.
Just one. I forget if it was the one when I was quitting my job or it was sometime back when I had my shelf in the background with like the hanging sheets.
Crystal Pokemon's got a good question. Is it better to invest in a card you feel has potential or invest in a PokeTuber's favorite card that you feel the PokeTuber may blow up and cause an influence in the market? I've always gone with invest in what you like. Those have always done the best for me. Just because you having that like emotional attachment to the card, you're not as quick to sell. So if the card goes up 20% and you have no emotional attachment to it, you're gonna sell right away because you've made a decent amount or whatever the percentage is. Whereas if it's a card that you truly enjoy and have a connection to, you'll see that growth and you'll be kind of hesitant to sell the card, and you'll actually think about it more, whether you want to sell it or whether you don't want to sell it, and just continue to hold on to it. Those have been the best things that best investments that I have, is just stuff that I have in my personal collection because I have that connection to it and I don't want to sell that stuff. The stuff that I buy for an investment is usually stuff that I do worse on. Although I did pick a good time to sell my base unlimited boxes. That was probably the one example where I sold it close to the peak.
Yeah, so I listened to Pokemon Radar and Cool Trainer Ryan's podcast this morning, and
which, by the way, not quite as good as ours.
Yeah, this question makes me think of the comment that I left, because at one point towards the end, Cool Trainer Ryan was answering questions, and his advice or something like that was to go with your gut and just to trust your instincts. And I just like jokingly made the comment, when I was selling Pikachus and Eevees at $1,000 a piece, and when base set unlimited boxes were selling for $30,000 plus, a lot of the buyers were going with their guts. A lot of the buyers were buying their favorite things. So if your favorite things are bad and overvalued, you're going to do really bad.
Well, you also have to have there's going to be some context to that. Like,
yeah,
our favorite things aren't going to be those $1,000 EVs.
Yeah. Like, so I just wanted to bring up that funny exchange. He actually commented back, and I was just like, yeah, I knew what you were saying, but it's just kind of a funny thought. Like, so if your favorite cards are bad and overvalued, though, they're going to perform poorly. Investing in a card that a PokeTuber is talking about that may blow up and all that, that's kind of like a momentum. That's like a speculative play based on potential momentum. I think that there's merit for making some kind of gamble type plays in a way. I mean, I'm interacting with MetaZoo because I enjoy it genuinely, but I'm also interacting with MetaZoo to some extent based on the future potential due to like the momentum play that it could turn into. So, but again, they're not my favorite things. MetaZoo is not my favorite. I don't like it more than Pokemon, but I'm kind of doing both. So like if you ever see an opportunity, I do a little bit of everything. I do modern, vintage. I buy things I like. I buy some things I'm not a huge fan of that I just think are reasonable plays too. But again, like I said earlier, I'm pretty easy to please, and I pretty generally like everything Pokemon. But like, I mean, I like this card, but as in like I'm selling all of them instantly at market price because while I like the card quite a bit, I don't think it has great investment potential just because how many more are going to continue coming onto the market. So kind of an all over answer, as is my standard. There's a funny, not a question, but a comment from, is it Chevels? I don't know how to say it, but when I said earlier, if your money's green, I'll sell you my cards. He's from Canada, and his $100 bills are brown, so they're plastic too, right? I mean,
they are that weird paper.
I'll take brown money. I'll take, as long as it transfers with some exchange ratio to the US dollar. I sell for crypto sometimes. I'll take Dogecoin as long as I get the appropriate amount of Dogecoin to transfer back into the green money that I know.
Another hot take on my part.
Uh-oh.
I cannot stand Lord of the Rings. Those movies are so boring.
I've never watched any of them.
Man. So
Your
no.
take is hot. My take is like, I don't even like. Yeah, I'm. You don't like it. I'm indifferent to it. I literally, I care so little. I've not even watched it.
No, I'm not a fan of like those like medieval movies with like sword fighting and all that. Gotta be modern. We need guns.
Where are you on Star Wars?
Star Wars I love.
I've not even seen all of them.
What? Man. I've seen all of those multiple times.
I've seen parts of some of them, and I don't really know. I mean, I know that there was 3 of them like in the 70s, and then there were 3 more recently, and now there's like spin-off series or whatever, but it's just not really my thing too much, I don't think. Maybe I'd like them if I gave them a shot. I've just never really cared to. I don't know.
Man. No, I actually think Disney's doing a really good job. Solo was kind of dumb. I wasn't a huge fan of that one, but even that one was okay. But aside from that one, I think Disney's been doing a really good job with Star Wars, which I was kind of surprised by. I thought they would ruin the franchise, but I think they're doing a really good job. Ernesto donating to every giveaway he lost. You're gonna be donating a lot of money there.
He's gonna be donating more than us, and he said he's unsubbing from me.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Omega Yen's actually, he was in chat, so congrats again.
You're gonna give away a champion card at 1K.
Absolutely not. Chevel says invest in what Twice Baked Jake likes.
There we go. Yeah.
Mr. Walrus thinks I'm releasing my first NFT at 1,000 subs. Definitely not that.
I think Crystal is trying to validate his Battle Styles bunker.
Looks like we got a spam message.
Oh, our first spam message.
We've made it. We've got spam messages coming into lives now. I've listened to other people's lives like after the fact, and I've had them talking about like spam bots or something's coming in, and that's our first experience there with it.
Yeah, no, that's a momentous occasion right there.
Beluga Whale Race has a pretty good question. There seem to be a lot of deals right now, and in general set card availability. What English sets could you see drying up the fastest in terms of PSA 8 to 9 plus quality?
I would go with the e-readers, like or specifically Aquapolis and Skyridge.
I would say either the e-readers or like, and it might come across strange, but maybe not. I don't know. Base first. I think
first, huh?
So one thing that's really weird is seemingly how much, like back in the day, all my cards were unlimited. Jungle, Fossil, I had very few, if any, first edition. So I think they printed more unlimited by far of Fossil and Jungle. But these days, I see so much more sealed first edition of Rocket, Jungle, Fossil than I do unlimited by far. Do you agree there or no?
I would say I would say it's about equal. Maybe I wouldn't say first edition's any less.
I guess I look for first edition and I don't look for unlimited, so that heavily slanted there. But I think what I was getting at is like Rocket, Jungle, Fossil are just forever going to be being opened.
Oh yeah.
There's so much of them. Base unlimited, there's so much. But base first edition, like I think what the intent was of WotC, Wizards of the Coast, was to print roughly 10% of first edition and then 90% unlimited. The weird thing though, kind of the nuanced thing with base is how many print runs they had. The demand was so much more than they thought. I almost speculate that first edition to Shadowless might be the 1 to 9, 10% to 90%. And then all the subsequent reprintings of base set unlimited were like diluting the 10% of base first down from 10% even lower. Like, I could be completely off, but I think the base set first edition print run, instead of like where Fossil and Jungle are 10% of the total print, it might be like 1% of the total print. And again, it's not something I really like, but it's a weird thing to say, but like investment quality, just it is the original English set card, base set first edition. So like when your Logan Pauls come in, when your Steve Aoki's come in, when people like that with big money, when they come in and they're like, what do I buy? What's the base set first edition PSA 10? So I think like the big investors, the big players, they just turn to base set first edition in my mind. So I would either answer like Neo e-reader or base set first.
Yeah. That is true, because people who don't know anything about Pokemon coming in, they wouldn't go after the e-reader, they'd go after first base.
Yeah. That's my line of thinking on that.
Where's Pikachu's would you rather question?
Yeah, I must have missed it. I'm scrolling back. So at 11:57.
Oh, how did we miss that?
So Dan, would you rather have a #1 trophy but never use spreadsheets again, or start?
That was the one I told you to read.
Oh, I missed it. Would you rather have a #1 trophy but never use spreadsheets again, or start your entire business over at 0?
You would start your business over at 0 because you love spreadsheets over there.
I love spreadsheets, and there's always more money to be made. So start me over at 0. Hit the reset button. It'll be fun. A silly question gets a silly answer. So
I would never want to start back from 0.
No, that would be a lot to throw away. Spreadsheets are fun, but I feel like I could get by.
I don't enjoy spreadsheets, so I wouldn't mind giving those up.
I'd find some loophole. I'd just take away all the grid lines on my spreadsheets, so now they'd just be. I'd just do it all in Word documents.
Talk about a mess.
It would be a bit messier, but I'd get by.
Nick's favorite movie is Hello Kitty.
No, I got lost. Okay, 12:11.
Yeah. Nick is mad and Dan's just disappointed. We did have a following to drop some controversial movie opinions.
Oh, that's funny. People talking about Star Wars and Lord of the Rings.
Oh, here you go. That's a good question for you.
So Dan, which box are you buying today for 10,000? Expedition sealed, or any Pokemon box worth 10K, or MetaZoo Kickstarter? MetaZoo Kickstarter.
Oh man.
I've opened every Pokemon box. The most expensive one I bought, I want to say I paid a little over $3,000 for Neo Destiny First Edition, and I paid a little over $3,000 for Shadowless. So in a way, like mentally, it's hard to spend $10,000 on something that's a repeat. But I honestly, it's more to do with like, right now I own two sealed Kickstarter booster boxes. Someday I like the idea of opening one. When I only have two, that makes me feel uncomfortable because I want to always have one or have one for a long time in case it goes insane. I want to open one to experience it, but I also want to have one to like sell someday. So buying one would give me a third, and then I'd be more mentally comfortable with the fact that, okay, I've got my one to keep, I've got my one to open, and I've got my one to sell. And worst case scenario, the MetaZoo goes to 0. Worst case scenario, the Pokemon one goes to near 0. Like, I'm talking 50 years from now, if Pokemon really just tanks and we all go into the San Junipero Matrix, whatever, that we talked about an hour ago. So to me, the downside is 0 from 10,000. The upside, I think the upside, and it's a big if, but like if MetaZoo survives, becomes a big thing, the upside is so much more massive. Even though the odds are lower, the payoff is substantially higher. So that's why I picked that one.
I would go with the Pokemon Expedition, whatever, Steam Siege. Just I don't have much faith in MetaZoo right now.
Completely fair. I respect your opinion.
Oh, I thank you, good sir.
Basic Trainer, you're about to hear Dan Voice's Hail Meta Crew Hard. It's speculative. It's a big if. There's a lot of risk. But I think there's more risk in a $10,000 expedition box than a lot of people realize or would admit to. Like there's extreme risk in both. And just again to further contextualize everything, I have $10,000 right now, and I'm going to put more than that into my solo 401k into the stock market for the tax year 2021. So I have the option to buy either of those today, and I'm buying neither. I'm buying the stock market. So just to fully contextualize everything. Dosey Doe asked us if we've seen a lot of Aquapolis and Skyridge with hollow bleeds. I have bad eyes, and I'm not very observant. I am not an error guy. I'm not a hollow bleed guy, hollow shift, like anything. None of it. I have no idea. Like I don't look for it. I don't see it.
I'm usually good about picking that stuff up.
Swirls.
I don't necessarily care about it.
Yeah.
But as far as Aquapolis and Skyridge Hollows, I really haven't seen many of those. I don't usually get those myself, but I have just in general Aquapolis or Skyridge Hollows. But over the years, I have seen some hollow bleeds. I have my my Mew from Expedition, or I guess no, Mew's from Expedition. That's a hollow bleed, but that's not Aquapolis or Skyridge, so just disregard that. But it does look cool. That's where I was going with that.
Question: do you guys own any 9+ graded Japanese WotC hollows? I believe I own some. Not many, but I think I have some on eBay maybe.
Yeah, I have one in my own collection, the Shining Mew. Aside from that, everything would be on eBay. I'm not a big fan of Japanese, especially like when it comes to like just like set hollows. I'd much rather the English.
Yeah, when I get them, I sell them. So if I have any, it's because I haven't sold them yet. Basic wants this to be a MetaZoo chat. He asked, how many Kickstarter boxes do you think there are today from the original 2,500 printed?
2,499 because everyone's just holding sealed product.
One thing that I want to do, I've actually had it on my mind to do someday. I just haven't gone and done it yet. But I want to look at the pops. And I think part of the reason I haven't done it yet is because it doesn't make much sense. But like a year or two from now, I want to look at the pops and see how many Mothmen and see how many Bigfoot and see how many of each of these Kickstarter hollows are graded. Because then you can kind of do some extrapolation and you can do a little bit of math and you can estimate with some reasonable, because anybody who pulls a Mothman Kickstarter, they have quite a bit of incentive to get it graded, whether to sell it or just to preserve it more, whatever. Like that's an expensive card. So just a complete wild guess, having done none of this detective work that I plan to do, half, 1,200 maybe, right around there, if not less. I've seen a lot of Kickstarter box breaks. I know quite a few were given out. I know quite a few were given away, like in the early days. I think Mike Waddell mentions that he has 20 or so boxes left. Like he gave away one yesterday on Christmas too. He did I think it was at 8 p.m. I actually popped into that real quick. He was giving them away sealed. He wasn't even opening them, which I was surprised.
Nice.
I figured he would have wanted to like pull the Mothman or whatever. But like I've seen Rudy open some. It seems like several hundred, if not over 1,000, would have been opened by now. I would complete guess. But with a little bit of detective work, I think you could refine that estimate to some extent. And that's one thing that like I really like. I really like coins. You know how many were made every year at each mint. I really like Alpha Magic. Where'd it go? I really like that we know. My desk is always a mess. But like I bought this art because I remember it from my childhood. Some of my older cousins played Magic. Merfolk of the Pearl Trident. This isn't even a rare, but this is like an alpha, common or uncommon. I can look back at the print run. I can do the math. Somebody's already done it somewhere. There's an article on like Crystal Keep. To know how many of these exist is really cool. I have no idea how many base set first edition Charizards exist, and I never will.
I don't think we ever will, no.
To know how many Kickstarter Hollow Bigfoot and Kickstarter Reverse Hollow Bigfoot, that's really cool. I hope Mike has said future, like for now, he's going to release it while he can, but he might get into agreements with Walmart. He might get into agreements with different businesses in the future that don't allow him to disclose it. Magic stopped disclosing it after the first few sets. So, but yeah, while we get the numbers, I think that's really cool.
Now, do you think it was because Magic stopping disclosing the print numbers? Was that because of some agreement they got in with Walmart or whatever? Or was it because they thought it would just hurt the hobby, saying there's a billion of these cards printed?
I think they actually disclose numbers as high as the 1 billion range. So it could have been either. I think both are reasonable, logical guesses. Which one? No idea. just trying to pull it up quick. I have it linked. Yeah, so it's Crystal Keep.
What are you looking up here?
Magic print runs.
Oh, I gotcha.
So yeah, 4th edition. They printed 700 million 4th edition cards. I think that's the highest print run they disclosed. And like alpha was 2.6 million, Arabian Nights was 5 million, beta was 7.8. It's really cool to know how many were made.
Oh, it really is, yeah. No,
Basic,
I would love to know that for Pokemon, but I don't think we ever will.
No. Basic, if the real numbers came out today, no matter who they came from, no matter what documentation was with it, people who wanted to believe it would, and people who didn't want to believe it wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly.
So like there would never be agreement on a number, like even if it came out today. So Basic did mention that Mike answered that he believes less than 400 boxes are left sealed. He created the card game, and he like interacts with it daily, years before it existed, and then like every day to now. So he's much more qualified to speculate, but that number just feels low to me. I'd be shocked. My 2 boxes would be like 0.5% of all the boxes in the world. I would own 0.5% of all the MetaZoo Kickstarter boxes in the world, and I highly doubt that. Like right now, I could go on eBay. I want to say there's at least 10 listed on eBay, anywhere between, I think the lowest, I looked earlier today, I think the lowest is like $9,000 and the highest is like 70. But I could go out and I could buy 2 boxes for like 20 grand, and then I would own 1% of all the Kickstarter boxes in the world. I don't think so. If I knew that was a real number, which is impossible to know, but if I knew that, I would on my other screen here, I would buy the 2 boxes on eBay for 10,000 a piece right now if I knew it was that few. So I don't think it is. But that would be crazy, and that would be kind of cool. And it could be. I could look at pop reports in a year, and I could do the math, and I could be like, holy crap, there might only be 200 to 400 left. Who knows?
It will be interesting there.
But by then, MetaPoo could go to 0 like everyone thinks it will.
Here's one from Crystal Pokemon. Most amount of money you've spent on one single Pokemon item. So is this like one single card?
Yeah, like so I don't think he doesn't mean like a collection. Like if you bought a $40,000 collection, that would be less than a $10,000 item. The way that I read it.
Yeah, not much. That I spent probably, as far as I can remember, 8,000 for a PSA 9 No Damage Ninetales. That'd be the most expensive card I've bought.
So Brennan was on our podcast a few months ago, right? And I think either pre or post podcast, he got some like insider info from me on some transactions I've done. So I think he's fishing here, but I'll answer this with a lot. And a similar card came up not too long after for quite a bit cheaper. So overall, I would have rather not bought it and then bought the cheaper one shortly thereafter. But I'm still very happy with my buy given that. So the most expensive card I've ever bought is also the most expensive single card I've ever sold. If that makes sense.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. I'll leave it there.
Yeah, I would much rather buy a gigantic collection than buy a single card for that much.
Yeah. Yeah, like had I won the number 2 Pikachu, I bid like with buyer's premium, I bid like 50 grand or so. There was a PSA 9 and the PSA 8. I bid right around 50 for both of them, maybe towards 60 on one of them. Had I won that, that would have been the most expensive card I've ever bought. And I honestly would probably be telling you I slightly like regret it. Like had I won that, I probably would be sitting here, oh crap, I kind of wish I had that money to transact with in my business. And but yeah, which item was it? Trophy tier. Pikachu has a good one.
I'm back down at the bottom here. Let me
at $12.25. Dan and Nick, what has Scott done differently in his business that has made him so successful compared to where you are today, or do you think it's simply luck plus time? I think a lot of it is luck plus time. He's done great things for the hobby. He's very smart. He's bought well what he's bought, like, and he's been in it a lot longer than me. When did you get back into it?
2009.
He was in it before then, right? Like,
he was in it a couple years, but he's also older.
Were you on Pokegym or no?
I never got on Pokegym, no.
Yeah, like his age, for one, is luck, right? If he was born 20 years sooner, 5 years sooner, maybe, he would have been too old for it and never. So, like, just when he was born, lucky to some extent, where he was born. If he was born in some third world country without access to Pokemon cards. And so, some amount of luck. Who was it? Arnold Schwarzenegger, I think, has a great quote about call me anything you want, but don't call me a self-made man. No one is truly self-made. Like some amount of luck exists in everyone's story. So, but that said, there's another good quote, something about fortune favoring the prepared, and something else where luck is when preparation meets opportunity or something. So he's put himself in a position to get lucky, being at the right place at the right time, also with the funds to do it. He was buying trophies for record prices at the time that no one else was outbidding him on. So a lot of his luck was also like there were other people in the hobby at the same time that didn't capitalize on it either. So I'm not trying to diminish remotely what he's done. But as with everyone else, as with me, like it's lucky that I happened upon my binder when I did, and that I went to eBay, that my parents hadn't thrown them out when we moved when I had been younger. And so, yeah, that's my long-winded answer on that one.
Yeah, I would agree on that one. I do think part of it is definitely so. Like me and Rusty, I compare myself to him a lot because we both got in it around the same time, but he got into it way more than I did in the beginning. So I think part of it is how much you like get into it. Like in the beginning, I really wasn't into collecting whatsoever. It was all about the money for me. So I didn't want to research different things. It was more so get cards in, sell them for more, buy other collections. So I think if you with like Scott and Rusty and all them having that genuine interest in the hobby from the get-go, basically, definitely helped them. That's something that you definitely need in order to be successful.
Ernesto's hitting us with some questions. I think that's our next question. So he pulled a VMAX Rainbow Pikachu from Vivid. He thinks it's a PSA 10 candidate. Does he pay the 164 and express it, or does he wait 1 to 4 years? Is it for resale or collection? If it's for collection, wait. If it's for resale, check what the PSA 9 price is, check what the PSA 10 price is, check what the raw price is, and attribute odds to what's the percent chance it gets a 10, what's the percent chance it gets a 9, and I would literally do the math on it. And if your expected value is higher selling it raw, sell it raw.
Dan would make a spreadsheet.
I would make a spreadsheet. And worst case, I would make a Word document and do my formulas in there if I'm banned from spreadsheets.
Yeah, no, if it's a personal collection, definitely would just wait. If it's for resale, I think I would send it to PSA if you are a good pre-grader and you think it has a solid shot at a 10. Especially if you have some like $50 or $100 slots versus the 150.
Yeah, definitely. Ernesto also wants to buy a Gold Star. In our opinion, what's the most undervalued Gold Star? Also, which Gold Star is your favorite?
I don't pay much attention to pricing on Gold Stars.
I
don't know about undervalued.
I think
but as far as favorite, definitely Pikachu.
They're all pretty expensive. But they're really nice cards. So I'm not saying like expensive as in overvalued. I'm just saying expensive as in they're quite a bit of money. So yeah, as far as which one's the most undervalued, I can't say because I don't know pricing on them. If you just want like a cheap, nice one, the cheapest ones are really nice ones, I think. I loved Crystal version. So like the Gold Star dogs, Legendary Beasts, whatever we want to call them, Entei, Roku, and Suicune. I like all those arts. I like all those Pokemon, and they're pretty cheap, pretty affordable, relatively speaking. Which is my favorite? As far as like on a dollar for dollar, pound for pound, maybe those, just because they're more unfortunate, the whole controversy, the whole history of them, the horde, all that. But in a way, they're surprisingly though, like given that horde, given their pops, in a way they're like overvalued too. It is a weird thing with that, but I like all the Gold Stars. I'm easy to please and I'm bad at picking favorites. So I don't even know that I could pick a favorite out of all of them.
Really?
Not really. None of the Pokemon I'm too crazy about. I've got a list over here. I'm cheating, but like Rayquaza's nice, but it's way too expensive for what it is, I think.
Yeah.
So it's hard. Like, is the favorite just in context of the art? Then maybe it's Rayquaza. Is it in context of like given the value?
That's all I based Pikachu on was how I liked the card. I didn't factor in pricing or anything like that.
Gyarados is pretty cool too. I like the Gyarados one a lot. Maybe Gyarados. But yeah, they're all that's a couple dozen really nice card arts. What is it, 27? Mr. Walrus, video title, MetaZoo is dead. Creator forced to give out boxes. Can't manage to sell. Source, Dan. Peak That Shoe says, surprised you guys didn't bring him up starting E4. Yeah, I mean, Scott made the thread. So the history of E4, which Scott has talked about before, he made a thread on PokeGym where the collector's at. And I remember I was never a member on Gym, and by the time I got into it in 2014, E4 had already existed for a couple of years, but through just like browsing Google, I came across
2014. It was already E4.
Oh, it was UPCCC then.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So
yeah, I got you. I got you now.
It was the site we all know, but it was named Ultimate Pokemon Collector's Card, whatever, community. So yeah, I was in it at the UPCCC days, but Google searches took me to Gym, and I still occasionally I'll get nostalgic for like 7 years ago. I'll browse back over some of those Gym threads. It's really cool to dive back in there. It's gonna be a shame someday if all that like goes away. Hopefully someone's cataloging that or something. The Wayback Machine hopefully picks it up. But yeah, I mean, Scott's done. Yeah, as I said earlier, I'm not trying to diminish what he's done. He's done a ton for the hobby. He started E4, and his YouTube puts a lot of information out there. But some amount of luck, everybody, for sure. Spreadsheets.
A lot of spreadsheet talk.
So he said the PSA 10 is 550, the 9 is 250. You missed what's at raw though. That's a big thing because like if it's raw, like let me just Google it quick. I'm gonna look at Troll and Toad because it's probably a lot there.
Yeah, they'll have something. I would think it's gonna be. I'm gonna guess 150. And if it's around there, it'd definitely be worth it.
The cheapest on Troll and Toad right now, and Troll and Toad's more expensive than eBay, but $245.
$245.
I would sell that maybe raw, unless if it's over like a 70%, 80% chance of being a 10, then I might grade it. But
yeah, but how are you going to know it's got an 85.6% chance of a 10?
Well, I mean, I would have a reasonable idea just from my experience grading so many cards. Like, I never know a card is going to be a 10. Never. I always pre-grade a card as like a 9+.
Yeah. I think I would go for it though. I would take that gamble. Because worst case, you're losing $150,
which is quite a bit on a $250 card.
Yeah, but best case, you're making what's that? $400. I would take that.
Yeah.
Sorry, forgot I was talking to Bill Gates over there.
Peak That Chew asked if there's any chance we're going to Lee's pop-up shop. I'm definitely not.
I am not. Nope.
It's too soon and too far. Just yeah, I'm not. Until like late spring at the earliest will probably be my next event. Mid-spring sometime.
For me, I wanted to go to the pop-up shop, but it's too close with Collecticon, and so like his pop-up shop's the end of January, Collecticon's the end of February, so I can only go to one, and I chose Collecticon.
Yeah, travel's tough,
especially when there's nothing up this way. Oh, Ernesto, you better come to Orlando. Collecticon, the end of February. I'll be there.
Ernesto's keeping the chat alive. He's got 7 of our last 8 comments.
Well, I think I'm about ready for bed.
Yep. Looks like we got a couple quick ones we can hit.
We got one more from a new person.
Ernesto shouting out my Patreon.
Oh, there we go. Ernesto, what about my Patreon? Me, Crystal Palatown. We do 2 videos a month, so we must be even more of a value.
Yeah, Gregorius. What was it about the metal cards that PSA can't slab them? Wondering if I should do CGC or if that will possibly damage the cards too. I think that's what it was. I think the cards were being damaged to some extent. I don't know if they were flaking inside the case because of the little bit of rattling or whatever, but whatever it is, they've temporarily stopped grading the metal cards.
I think a big part of it is it rattling inside the case. Like, did you see Rusty's video where he had 2 that didn't rattle, and then he had 2 that like rattled wicked?
Yeah.
I think that's why they stopped grading them, is they gotta figure out how to make the case where it's guaranteed not to rattle like that.
Yeah, because I opened, I forget how many UPCs, but only a few, and all of mine were chipped to some extent. I think like this Pikachu, probably no chance, but maybe. Oh yeah, see it, the gold.
Yeah.
So everyone had a little bit, and like say it didn't have any chipping, I assume that the rattling might flake off some of that paint or ink, whatever it is. Now I got my focus all screwed up.
I do like those cards. Those are real good. There we go.
I gotta get a little stand on my monitor so you can just hang out.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, I think that brings us to the end.
Yeah, I think 4 hours is pretty good.
Yeah, we're within 60 minutes of our like shutdown. I don't want to get shut down by. I don't know if it's just by live time or if it's by, because we were in here for like 15 minutes before too, so I don't want to just disappear on everyone.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging out, everyone. It was a fun night for sure. Hopefully next time we'll be able to do this on Dan's channel.
Oh yeah, I did check quickly before we went live. I still wasn't approved. I was gonna be a little bummed if like 5 minutes before I'd gotten approved or something, but but yeah, it looks like I'm still not approved. So sometime down the line we'll go live on my channel for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As always, we appreciate basic. Dang, it's been 4 hours. Pearson, I did see something come in from you. I forget if it was the email or the Instagram, but I'll be in touch with you tomorrow. I gotta get a video started to upload before bed, and then I'm going to go to bed. But yeah, appreciate everyone watching, hanging out for 4 hours. Quite the long stream, but it flew by. A lot of fun.
It did.
A lot of fun as always. And we're recording Wednesday night, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Our next podcast will go live Thursday. So you've got 4 hours of Nick and Dan today, and you've got probably another 2 coming up Thursday. We'll see. But Nick said there's some good questions, so maybe it'll be more.
It'll be a juicy podcast, so be sure to give that one a listen to whenever you guys can. But yeah, congratulations to whoever won the giveaways, and we'll figure something else out to do next year, because that was fun aside from the constant posts. But
yeah, it was a lot of posts, but nice to give back, and I'm gonna have to do one more post in a couple days to round out for the donation, or probably just do a story for that. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been real. We'll catch you all later.
Have a good one.